motion in a straight line. To understand motion, we have to know the difference between rest and motion. Rest and motion. When we can say a particle is on motion, with respect to reference, suppose I am standing on a ground, some bus is moving. So I can say that bus is on motion. Suppose I am inside the bus. Then if I take bus as reference, இப்போ பஸ்ஸை வந்து நம்ம ரெஃபரன்ஸாக எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, அப்போ வந்து with respect to me no motion. ஸோ அப்போ வந்து நம்ம எதை ரெஃபரன்ஸாக எடுத்துக்கிறோம் அப்படின்றத பொறுத்து தான் மோஷன். இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் எக்ஸ்ன்னு ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இருக்கு, ஒய்ன்னு ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இருக்கு, ரெண்டுமே மூவ் ஆகிட்டு இருக்கு. இப்போ எக்ஸ் எப்படி மூவ் ஆகிட்டு இருக்கு, ஒய் வந்து மூவிங் இன் த ஆப்போசிட் டைரக்ஷன். ஸோ suppose this is moving at 40 km/h. This is moving at 30 km/h. I am standing here. So with respect to me, this x is moving at the rate of 40 km/h. With respect to me, towards left. Similarly, I can say that this y is moving towards right at the speed of 30 km/h. With respect to x, the speed of y is, because we are taking x as rest, if you consider with respect to x means, the speed of y is 30 plus 40, 70 km/h. It may not be, you may not be able to imagine this, but we'll understand later. So with respect to y, if you see this x, that is also 70 km/h. So depends upon the reference, the speed will be, we can consider. Have you seen the speedometer of moped? நீங்க பைக்ல வந்து ஸ்பீடோமீட்டர் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? யாராவது வேலை என்ன யூனிட் போட்டிருக்கும் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா யாராவது? Anybody else? சொல்லுங்க, அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு சொல்லுங்க.
சார்
என்ன போட்டிருக்கோம்?
அந்த கிலோமீட்டர் இதெல்லாம் காட்டுமே சார்.
அதான்ப்பா, அதுல என்ன யூனிட் என்ன போட்டிருக்கோம் கேட்டேன்.
யூனிட் கிலோமீட்டர் per hour.
கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்னு போட்டிருக்கோம். கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர். What is the meaning of this? Suppose we are traveling at 40 km/h, then we can reach in 1 hour 40 kilometers. அப்ப டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு வருது அப்படின்னா 1 hourல 40 கிலோமீட்டர் வரும். If we travel at 40 km/h, constant speedல if we travel at 40 km/h, then we can reach 40 km in 1 hour. That is the meaning of this velocity. This is speed. If you consider the direction also, then it is called velocity. So what is the difference between speed and velocity? If we travel along with, if we talk the motion in with respect to direction also, then it is called velocity. If we talk only speed, motion, then it is called speed. So here it is moving at plus 30 km/h. Then it is called velocity. Here this is moving at minus 40 km/h. Minus 40 km/h. So then it is called velocity. So velocity means we have to tell the direction also. If we say simply 40 km/h, then it is called speed. If we say 30 km/h, then it is called speed. If we say plus 30 km/h, because it is moving to its right, x-axis எப்படி வந்து இதுதான பாசிட்டிவ் டைரக்ஷன், இது வந்து இது நெகட்டிவ் டைரக்ஷன், இது நெகட்டிவ் டைரக்ஷன், இது பாசிட்டிவ் டைரக்ஷன். That's why we are putting this plus 30, we are putting this as minus 40. If they are, suppose I am sitting in this bus, in the X bus. If I see y will moving at the rate of 70 km/h because I am in rest. I am inside the bus. If we see that y is moving at 70 km/h. Suppose I am inside this bus, y bus. if I see x, it is moving at minus 40 kilometers, minus 70 kilometers per hour because I am inside y. It means I am taking y as reference. Suppose I am standing outside in the center, that is at 0. Then I can say that y is moving at 30 kilometers per hour. X moving at 40 kilometers per hour. In other words, y velocity is plus 30 kilometers. X velocity is minus 40 kilometers. That's all. So now you understand the difference between speed and velocity. But this has to be told in terms of coordinates. Present position, suppose I am here, initially I am at 0, 0. After some time, I am at 0, 5. After some time, because I am in motion, that's why after some time, I am at 0, 5 means this coordinate is called Cartesian coordinate. Cartesian coordinate. Here, this x-axis 0, y-axis also 0. That is called origin. Here, the x coordinate alone is changed because we are traveling along x direction. That's why there is no change in y. Y la ஒன்றும் மாற்றமே இல்லை. X la மட்டும்தான் மாற்றம் இருக்கு. அதனால இந்த கோஆர்டினேட் இங்கே வந்து என்ன வருது? Again, 5, 0. I did great mistake. X is changed from 0 to 5. There is no change in y. That's why 5, 0. This is called Cartesian coordinate, 2 dimension. So here we are going to study about motion in straight line. That's why we are going to study on 2 dimension only. 3 dimension means x coordinate, y coordinate, and z coordinate. All will be mutually perpendicular. Suppose I am having 3 axes means all will be mutually perpendicular. You can see, suppose I am having a room. In that room, 2 walls are meeting. That is y-axis. 2 walls are meeting. One wall is in front of us. Another wall is in the side of us. These 2 walls are meeting. That is y-axis. This wall and the ground are meeting. That line is x-axis. Another wall. This is side wall. Side wall and the ground is meeting. That is z-axis. So this corner of this wall, and this ground, all are meeting at this point. That point is the origin, 0, 0, 0. Suppose a particle is moving in x direction only, then what is the change in coordinate? Here in 3 dimension, we have to write 5, 0, 0. There is no change in y. There is no change in z. That's why 5, 0, 0. Suppose I am traveling along y direction means what is the coordinate, new coordinate? 0, 5, 0. Suppose I am traveling along z direction, then what is the coordinate? 0, 0, 5. This is for 3-dimensional, but we are going to study only linear motion. That's why 2 dimension is sufficient. Already we have seen this relative motion. Relative motion means motion of a particle with respect to another particle. Suppose I am one particle. The bus is another particle. I am on the ground. So bus is moving at 40 kilometers per hour. Then with respect to ground, the bus is moving at 40 kilometers per hour. That is called relative to ground. Here, relative motion of x with respect to y is 70 kilometers because both are moving in the opposite direction. That's why we have to add both velocities to find others speed with respect to y. Similarly, if you want to see y with respect to x means 70. If you see with respect to ground means this is 30, this is 40. That's all. Now, we have to see the difference between displacement and distance. Suppose I am traveling from one point to another point this way. This is X, from X to Y, I am traveling along this path. This is called a distance. This is called a distance. Displacement means even though we traveled from X to Y along this path, the shortest distance between X and Y is called displacement. Suppose I am traveling from Pondicherry to Chennai. If you draw a line between Pondicherry and Chennai, suppose I traveled from Pondicherry to Chennai. Now, Pondicherry and Chennai poirukren. The shortest distance is about 100 kilometers. But I traveled to reach Chennai 160 kilometers. 160 kilometers. This 160, 160 பேர் என்ன? Distance. The 100 பேர் என்னன்னா? Displacement. Flight is traveling. Flight path is displacement. Bus path is called a distance. So this way we have to remember. If we are traveling along a flight, in a flight means, then it is called displacement. Suppose we are traveling in a car means, then it is called distance. Suppose we are traveling in a, நம்ம பஸ்ல போறோம் அப்படின்னா அது வந்து distance. Flightல போறோம் அப்படின்னா அது displacement. So the distance between Pondi and Chennai, the shortest distance is 100 kilometers. But the shortest distance is 100 kilometers. That is called a displacement. The traveled path is like this. This is called a distance. So we should know the difference between displacement and distance. Always displacement is less than or equal to distance. If the displacement is on a straight line, but displacement on the straight line, then displacement and distance equal. That's all. If the motion is in a straight line, then displacement and distance equal. இப்போ வந்து நம்ம வந்து ஒரு sum பார்ப்போம். A particle moves 5 meters towards east. Always நீங்க வந்து ஒரு பேப்பர் எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா always top is north. So bottom வந்து ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா south, right side வந்து east வந்துரும், left side வந்து west வந்துரும். So a particle moves 5 meters towards east. In the direction 5 meters travel பண்ணிருக்கு. 12 meters towards north. 12 meters towards north. இது வந்து 12 meters towards north. 12 meters towards north. Find the displacement and distance covered. Distance covered how much? Distance equal to 5 plus 12. That is equal to 17. But the displacement is, it started here and reached here. Therefore, displacement is this distance. Therefore, distance is 5 plus 12, 17. Displacement equal to square root of 25 plus 144. That is equal to how much?
13, sir.
13 meter. 13 meter. So the displacement is 13 meter. Distance is 17 meter. So this is to understand the difference between displacement and distance. Next sum. These are all not NEET sum. This is to understand the difference between displacement and distance. A particle, but this concept may be useful for sums. Another 4 sums, we are not going to see the NEET sums. After 4th, we will see NEET sums. The particle moves in a semicircular radius R from A to B. Semicircular. Pathla move from A to B. Radius is R. Radius is R. So the displacement is equal to how much?
2R.
Displacement equal to, this is also
2R.
radius, this is also radius, therefore 2R. But what is the distance?
IR.
Distance traveled equal to, this distance we have to find. What is the circumference of a circle? Formula for circumference. சுற்றளவுக்கு என்ன formula? 2 pi r. 2 pi r. Circle. Semicircle na divided by 2. So pi r. So distance equal to pi r. Displacement equal to 2r. Okay. Third sum. The particles moves in a circle of radius r as shown in figure. இப்போ என்ன எப்படி வச்சுக்கலாம்? ஒரு சர்க்குலர் பாத்துல மூவ் ஆகுது. இது ஒரு சர்க்குலர் பாத். ஒரு 60 டிகிரி மூவ் ஆயிருக்கு. 60 டிகிரி மூவ் ஆயிருக்கு. இதோட ரேடியஸ் வந்து r. வாட் இஸ் த ஃப்ரம் a to b மூவ் ஆயிருக்கு. a to b மூவ் ஆயிருக்கு. வாட் இஸ் த டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்? எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது? முதல்ல வந்து we'll find distance கண்டுபிடிப்போம். Distance. To find the distance, இப்போ நான் ஒரு சர்க்குலர் பாத்துல மூவ் ஆகுது. ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் லைன்னா இது ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் லைன் வச்சுக்கோங்க. இப்போ சர்க்குலர் பாத் எப்படி இருக்கும்? சர்க்குலர் பாத் எப்படி இருக்கும்? இது வந்து என்னது? டிஸ்டன்ஸ். இது என்னது? டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட். So how to find the distance? போன சம்ல வந்து ஒரு செமி சர்க்கிள், அதனால வந்து 2 pi r divided by 2 போட்டோம். இங்க வந்து 60 டிகிரி மூவ் ஆயிருக்கு. ஸோ எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கலாம்? Anybody else? Anybody else? எப்படிப்பா கண்டுபிடிக்கலாம்? இந்த டிஸ்டன்ஸை கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். சரி, முதல்ல டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்டை கண்டுபிடிப்போம். இப்போ ஏபியை ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டேன் நான் 60 டிகிரி. அப்போ எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, இது பார்த்தோம்னா இப்போ இந்த ட்ரையாங்கிள் எடுத்துக்குவோம். ட்ரையாங்கிள் எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா இதுவும் ஆறுன்னு தெரிஞ்சு போச்சு, இதுவும் ஆறுன்னு தெரிஞ்சு போச்சு. இதனுடைய ஆங்கிள் வந்து இது 5 மீட்டர்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. இதையும் 5 மீட்டர்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. 60 டிகிரின்னு தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு. நமக்கு ஒரு ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி தெரியும். நம்ம வந்து மேத்ஸ் படிக்கலைன்னா கூட சில மேத்தமேட்டிக்ஸ் நம்ம கொஞ்சம் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டா தான் ஃபிசிக்ஸ் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் வந்து சம்மில் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு அதை மட்டும் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா போதும். நீங்கள் இதுக்காக மேத்தமேட்டிக்ஸ் படிக்க தேவையில்லை. பட் சம்மில் வரதெல்லாம் நானே சொல்லிடுவேன். அதை நீங்கள் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா போதும். இப்போ இது வந்து ஆனால் நீங்கள் 10th படிச்சிருப்பீங்க, இப்போ மறந்துருப்பீங்க. ட்ரையாங்கிளுடைய 3 ஆங்கிளை கூட்டணும்னா எவ்வளோ வரும்?
180.
180 வரும். இது 60ன்னு தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு. இது 2 சைடு ஈக்குவல்னு தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு. அப்படின்னா 2 சைடு ஈக்குவலா இருந்து இது 60 இருந்ததுன்னா 2 சைடு ஈக்குவலா இருந்தா இதுவும் 60 தான் இருக்கும், இதுவும் 60 தான் இருக்கும். இதெல்லாம் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி ஆஃப் ட்ரையாங்கிள். அப்போ ஐசாஸ்லஸ் ட்ரையாங்கிள். அப்ப இந்த 3 சைடுமே 3 ஆங்கிளும் ஈக்குவல். 2 சைடு ஆர்னா அந்த தேர்ட் சைடும் ஆரா தான் இருக்க முடியும். ஸோ டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் இஸ் ஆர். டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஈக்குவல் டு ஆர்னு எழுதிடலாம் 60 டிகிரின்னா. இதெல்லாம் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். ஆனா இதை எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது? ஹவு டு ஃபைண்ட் திஸ் சர்க்குலர் பாத்? இந்த டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது? அதுக்கு என்ன ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும்? கான்செப்ட் தான் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். ஃபார்முலாலாம் தேவையில்லை. இப்ப ஒரு சர்க்கிள்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. எவ்வளவு ஆங்கிள்? சர்க்கிள்க்கு எவ்வளவு ஆங்கிள்? 360 டிகிரி. 360 டிகிரி. இந்த சர்க்கிளோட சுற்றளவு வந்து 360 மீட்டர்ஸ்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. லெட் அஸ் அஸ்யூம் 360 மீட்டர்ஸ்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. அப்போ 1 டிகிரிக்கு எவ்வளவுப்பா லெங்த்? 360 மீட்டர் இதோட சுத்தளவு. 360 டிகிரி. 1 டிகிரிக்கு எவ்வளவு லெங்த்?
2 pi r by 60.
1 மீட்டர். மொத்தம் 360 மீட்டரு, 360 டிகிரி. அப்போ ஒரு டிகிரிக்கு 1 மீட்டர், அவ்வளவுதான். அப்பதானே 360 மீட்டர் வரும். அதே கான்செப்ட் தான் இங்க. அப்ப டோட்டல் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா, இந்த சர்க்கிளோட டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ், டோட்டல் சர்க்கம்ஃபரன்ஸ் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா 60 டிகிரி கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம். ஒரு டிகிரிக்கு என்ன? 1/360. 60 டிகிரிக்கு 60/360. 60/360 மல்டிப்ளைட் பை சர்க்கிளோட சுற்றளவு என்ன? அதுக்கு என்ன ஃபார்முலா? 2πr. அவ்வளவுதான். அப்ப 60 divided by 360னா 1/6 multiplied by 2πr. r 1/3 pi r divided by 3. pi r divided by 3. இதான் இதோட லெங்த். டிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு pi r divided by 3. pi r. ஆரோட வேல்யூ எவ்வளவு? 5 மீட்டர். அது சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா ஒரு வேல்யூ கிடைக்கும் போது. நீட்டை பொறுத்த வரையில் கால்சி நாட் அலவுட். அதனால அவங்க கொடுக்கக்கூடிய நம்பர் எல்லாமே நீங்க ஈஸியா போடுற மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். நீங்க சம் போடும்போது கால்சி தேவைப்படுற மாதிரி ஒரு சூழ்நிலை வருதுனாலே நீங்க எதை தப்பு பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். இப்ப நம்பர்லாம் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா கேன்சல் ஆகிற மாதிரி தான் கொடுத்துருப்போம். ஃபார்முலாவில் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா ஃபார்முலாவில் வரக்கூடிய நம்பர்லாம் கேன்சல் ஆகிற மாதிரி தான் கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க நம்பர். ஏன்னா கால்சி கிடையாது. அதனால நீங்க ஏதோ கால்சி யூஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி ஒரு சூழ்நிலை வருதுனாலே ஏதோ தப்பு பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். ஸோ we have to stop that sum and we have to go to the next sum. அந்த மாதிரி சூழ்நிலை வந்ததுன்னா சரி. ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீடு என்ன ஃபார்முலா? ஸ்பீடுக்கு முதல்ல என்ன ஃபார்முலா? ஸ்பீடுன்னா என்ன? நமக்கு முதல்ல பார்த்தோம். 40 கிலோமீட்டர் ஸ்பீட்ல போனோம்னா 1 மணி நேரத்தில் எவ்வளவு தூரம் போறோம்? 40 கிலோமீட்டர் போறோம். அப்ப 40 கிலோமீட்டர் நம்ம 1 மணி நேரத்தில் போயிருக்கிறோம். டிவைடட் பை 1 hour. 40 கிலோமீட்டர் டிவைடட் பை 1 hour. அப்பதான் நமக்கு என்ன கிடைக்குது? ஸ்பீடு 40 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர் கிடைக்குது. ஸோ அப்போ நியூமரேட்டர் டிஸ்டன்ஸ், டினாமினேட்டர் டைம். அதான் இங்க சொல்றோம். டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை டோட்டல் டைம் இஸ் கால்டு ஸ்பீட். அப்போ நீங்க எப்போ ஸ்பீடு கண்டுபிடிக்கணும்னாலும் நியூமரேட்டர்ல டிஸ்டன்ஸும் டினாமினேட்டர்ல டைமும் போட்டீங்கன்னா ஸ்பீடு கிடைச்சிடும். வெலாசிட்டினா என்ன பண்ணணும்? டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் போடணும். Already we have seen the difference between distance and displacement. That's why we know velocity na displacement use பண்ணணும், speed na distance use பண்ணணும். அதான் difference. அதான் length divided by time. length நாலே எது வரும்? மீட்டர், கிலோமீட்டர், இது மாதிரி வரும். டைம்னா என்ன வரலாம்? செகண்ட்ல வரலாம், மினிட்ல வரலாம், அல்லது ஹவர்ல வரலாம், எதுல வேணா வரலாம். Average velocity equal to shortest distance divided by time. Speed na length divided by time. Traveled distance divided by time. Velocity na shortest distance divided by time. இப்போ நம்ம சம் பார்க்கலாம். இந்த ஸ்பீடுக்கும் வெலாசிட்டிக்கும் சம் பார்க்கலாம். ஸ்பீடுனா என்ன? டிஸ்டன்ஸ் கவர்டு டிவைடட் பை டைம். வெலாசிட்டினா டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் டிவைடட் பை டைம். இதுதான் ஃபார்முலா. ஃபார்முலாலாம் மனப்பாடம் பண்ணக்கூடாது, ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். கான்செப்டை ஞாபகம் வச்சுட்டு ஃபார்முலா தானா ஞாபகம். ஃபார்முலா படிச்சோம்னா சம் அட்டன் பண்ண முடியாது. பார்ட்டிகல் மூவ்ஸ் இன் ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டாலே டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஆல்ரெடி நம்ம பார்த்தோம் முன்னாடி ஒரு இடத்துல. எங்க பார்த்தோம்? டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஈக்குவல் டு டிஸ்டன்ஸ் இஃப் த மோஷன் இஸ் இன் ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் லைன் நம்ம ஏற்கனவே பார்த்துட்டோம். அதனால இங்க a particle moves in straight line from A to B for the first 30 kilometers. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 30 கிலோமீட்டர் இங்கே ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஏன்ற இடத்துல இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஒரு 30 கிலோமீட்டருக்கு ஸ்பீடு 10 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர். நீங்கள் நாளைக்கு ஸ்பீடா மீட்டர் போய் பாருங்க என்ன யூனிட் இருக்குன்னு. கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்னு இருக்கும். உங்கள் பைக்கில் பாருங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் 60 கிலோமீட்டர்ஸ். அடுத்த டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எவ்வளோன்னா B to C 60 கிலோமீட்டர்ஸ். அங்க என்ன ஸ்பீடுன்னா 20 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர். 20 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர். ஃபைண்ட் த ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீட் அண்ட் ஆவரேஜ் வெலாசிட்டின்றான். ரெண்டுமே சேமா தான் வரும். ஏன்னு கேட்டா இங்க டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஈக்குவல் டு டிஸ்டன்ஸ். அதனால ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் ஒரே ஆன்சர் தான். ஏதாவது டைரக்ஷன் மாறி இருந்தாதான் என்ன மாறும்? வெலாசிட்டி மாறும். டைரக்ஷன் மாறல. A particle moves in straight line from A to B for the first 30 kilometer sorry, A to B. A to B. A to B. A லேருந்து B க்கு போகுது. First 30 km with a speed of 10 km per hour. The next 60 km with a speed of 20 km per hour. Find the average speed and average velocity ன்னு கேக்குறேன். என்னென்ன வேணும்? முதல்ல நம்ம ஸ்பீடு கண்டுபிடிச்சிரும். அப்புறமா வெலாசிட்டி பத்தி பார்த்துக்கலாம். ஸ்பீட் ஈக்குவல் டு என்ன? டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை டைம், ஹவர். இங்க கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்ல கொடுத்துருக்கறதுனால டைம் வேணும். டைம் இன் ஹவர் வரும். டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு தெரியும் நமக்கு. முதல்ல வந்து 30 கிலோமீட்டர் பிளஸ் அப்புறம் ஒரு 60 கிலோமீட்டர்ஸ். தட்ஸ் வை 90 கிலோமீட்டர் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் கிடைச்சிருச்சு. ஆனால் டைம் தெரியாது. இந்த டயத்தை இன்டைரக்டா கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. எப்படி கொடுத்துருக்காங்கன்னா, முதல்ல வந்து 30 கிலோமீட்டர் வந்து 10 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்ல போகுது. அடுத்த 60 கிலோமீட்டர் 20 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்ல போகுது. இதை வச்சு நம்ம இந்த ஹவரை கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். நம்ம ஏற்கனவே பார்த்தோம், 40 கிலோமீட்டர் வேகத்துல 1 மணி நேரம் போனா 40 கிலோமீட்டர் தூரம் போகும். அப்ப இது 10 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்ல போகுது அப்படின்னா மனக்கணக்காகவே போட்டுடலாம். 10 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்னா 30 கிலோமீட்டர் போறதுக்கு எவ்வளவு நாடி ஆகும்? 3 ஹவர்ஸ் ஆகும். 20 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்ல போகுது. அப்ப 60 கிலோமீட்டர் போறதுக்கும் 3 ஹவர்ஸ் ஆகும். அப்படியே போட்டுடலாம். ஆனா நீங்க கண்டுபிடிக்கணும்னா என்ன பண்ணணும்? இதை வந்து T1 வச்சுக்கலாம், இதை வந்து T2 வச்சுக்கலாம். T1 ஈக்குவல் டு என்ன? டைம் வேணும். டைம் வேணும். அப்ப டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை ஸ்பீடு, அதுதான் டைம். ஏன்னா ஸ்பீடு ஈக்குவல் டு என்ன? ஸ்பீட் ஈக்குவல் டு டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை டைம். அப்ப இதை இங்க கொண்டு வந்துருங்க, இதை இங்க கொண்டு போயிடுங்க. கொண்டு போயிட்டீங்கன்னா டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை ஸ்பீட் ஈக்குவல் டு T1. அப்போ வந்து டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு? 30 டிவைடட் பை ஸ்பீடு 10. 30 by 10 ஈக்குவல் டு 3 ஹவர்ஸ். இது நம்ம கான்செப்ட்லேயே புரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். 10 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்னா 30 கிலோமீட்டர் போகிறதுக்கு 3 மணி நேரம். 20 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்னா 60 கிலோமீட்டர் போகிறதுக்கு 3 மணி நேரம். இதையும் நீங்கள் இப்படி கண்டுபிடிச்சிக்கலாம். 60 டிவைடட் பை 20 போட்டிங்கனாலும் 3 ஹவர்ஸ் வந்துடும். அப்போ total this time is T1 plus T2, that is equal to 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3, that is equal to 90 divided by 6, 15 kilometer per hour. 15 kilometer per hour. முதல்ல என்ன ஸ்பீட்ல போயிருக்கு? 10 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்ல போயிருக்கு. எவ்வளவு தூரத்துக்கு? 30 கிலோமீட்டருக்கு. அடுத்து 20 கிலோமீட்டர் ஸ்பீட்ல போயிருக்கு 60 கிலோமீட்டர் தூரத்துக்கு. இப்போ ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் ஆவரேஜா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 15 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்ல வருது. ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீடு 15 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர். அப்ப நீங்க வந்து 15 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்ல இங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா இங்க போறதுக்கு 6 மணி நேரத்துல போயிடலாம். எவ்வளவு தூரம்? 90 கிலோமீட்டர். 66 into 15 ஈக்குவல் டு எவ்வளவு பாருங்களேன்? ஈக்குவல் டு 90. ஸோ அப்போ வந்து ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீட் ஈக்குவல் டு 15 கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர். ஆவரேஜ் வெலாசிட்டி அதே தான். என்ன டைரக்ஷன் வந்து சேம். தட்ஸ் வை velocity also equal to 15 kilometer per hour because same direction. Since distance equal to displacement, that's why velocity is same. இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு நீட் சம் பார்க்கலாம். இது இப்போ நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு 5 சம் வந்து என்ன பார்க்க போறோம்னா ஆவரேஜ் வெலாசிட்டி, ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீட்ல கேட்ட சம் பார்க்க போறோம். இது வந்து நீட்ல நீட் 23ல கேட்டிருக்காங்க. A vehicle travels half the distance with the speed of v. half the distance ன்றான். என்ன டிஸ்டன்ஸே கொடுக்கல v and the remaining distance with the speed 2v ன்றான். அப்ப டிஸ்டன்ஸ் என்னன்னு தெரியல. எப்போதுமே a to b ன்னு போட்டுருங்க. இது டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ். இந்த டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ்ல half the distance, டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் x ன்னு வச்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா இந்த half the distance வந்து x by 2. இந்த ரிமைனிங் half distance x by 2. டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு? x. தெரியாதெல்லாம் வச்சுக்க வேண்டியதான். A vehicle travels half the distance x by 2 with a speed v. இங்க வந்து v கிலோமீட்டர் பெர் ஹவர்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். அடுத்த half distance, the remaining distance with a speed of 2v. இங்க ஸ்பீடு வந்து v, இங்க வந்து 2v ஸ்பீடு. ஃபைண்ட் த ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீடுன்றோம். நம்ம என்ன ஃபார்முலா பார்த்தோம்? ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீடுக்கு என்ன ஃபார்முலா? ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீடு ஏற்கனவே பார்த்துட்டோம். டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை டைம். ஆனா இங்க 2 டைம் இருக்கு. இதுக்கு ஒரு டைம் இருக்கு, T1 இருக்கு, இதுக்கு ஒரு டைம் இருக்கு. ஏன்னா இது வேற ஸ்பீடு, இது வேற ஸ்பீடு. அதனால T1 ஒரு டைம் இருக்கு, T2 ஒரு டைம் இருக்கு. அதனால நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை T1 பிளஸ் T2 போடலாம். டோட்டல் டைம் இங்க வந்து டோட்டல் டைம், டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ், டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ். அப்ப T1 plus T2. We have to find T1. T1 equal to என்ன? Distance divided by speed. Distance divided by speed. T1. இது ஒன்றும் பெரிய இது கிடையாது. ஸ்பீட் ஈக்குவல் டு டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைட் பை டைம். ஸ்பீட் இங்கே கொண்டு வந்துட்டீங்க, டயத்தை இந்த பக்கம் கொண்டு போயிட்டீங்க, அவ்வளோதான். டினாமினேட்டர்ல இருந்து நியூமரேட்டர் இங்கே லெஃப்ட் சைடு நியூமரேட்டருக்கு வந்துடும், இங்கே நியூமரேட்டர்ல இருந்து இங்கே டினாமினேட்டருக்கு வந்துடும், அவ்வளோதான். T1 equal distance divided by speed. Distance எவ்வளவு? x/2. Speed எவ்வளவு? v. Therefore T1 equal to x divided by 2v. இந்த 2 கீழே வந்துடும். x divided by 2v தான் T1. T2 எவ்வளவு? Distance எவ்வளவு? x/2. Speed எவ்வளவு? 2v. Therefore that is equal to x divided by 4v ன்னு வந்துடும். இது வந்து T2. இப்போ நம்ம எல்லாத்தையும் சப்ஸ்டிட்யூட் பண்ணலாம். இதுல டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு? x. Total distance divided by T1 plus T2, x divided by 2v plus x divided by 4v. அவ்வளோதான். இப்போ என்ன பண்ணலாம், எல்சிஎம் எடுக்கணும். எல்சிஎம் எடுத்தோம்னா 4v வந்து எல்சிஎம் எடுத்துடலாம். எல்சிஎம்லாம் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். இங்கே வந்து என்ன வரும்? 2x plus x. இங்கே ஒரு x இருக்கும். இப்போ என்ன ஆகும்? ஈக்குவல் டு x divided by 3x. இந்த 4v மேலே போயிடும், 4v மேலே போயிடும், x கேன்சல் ஆகிடும். அப்போ 4v டிவைடட் பை 3 இஸ் த ஆவரேஜ் வெலாசிட்டி. எது ஆன்சரு? ஏ இஸ் த ஆன்சர். எப்போதுமே நீங்க ஒரு சம் போட்ட உடனே கொடுத்த 4 ஆன்சர்ல 1 வந்தா தான் நீங்க போட்டது ரைட்டு. எதுவும் வரலன்னா நீங்க போட்டது தப்பு. இப்போ விட்டுடணும், அதுக்கு ஆன்சர் பண்ணக்கூடாது. அது ஒண்ணு. போடும்போது இந்த மாதிரி வந்து கால்சி யூஸ் பண்ணாம போட முடிஞ்சாதான் சம் கரெக்ட். சோ இந்த 2 பாயிண்ட் நீங்க
கால்சினா என்னமா?
பார்ட்டிகிள். அடுத்த சம். இந்த சம்ல ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்கா? அன்மியூட் பண்ணி சொல்லலாம். மெயின்ஸ் 2011. அதுல வந்து a particle covers half of its total distance. இப்போ இதுல ஒரு முக்கியமான பாயிண்ட் சொல்ல விட்டுட்டேன். உங்க ஆன்சர்ல வந்து நீங்க அசியூம் பண்ண எதுவுமே வரக்கூடாது. நீங்க என்னென்ன அசியூம் பண்ணீங்க பாருங்க. x/2ன்றது நீங்களா அசியூம் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் x நீங்க அசியூம் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. ஆன்சர்ல வந்து அவன் கொடுத்தது தான் வரணும். அவன் கொடுத்துருக்கிறது என்ன இருக்கு? v2v கொடுத்துருக்கான், அது வரலாம் ஆன்சர்ல. ஆன்சர்ல பாருங்க 4v divided by 3 வருது, அப்படி வரலாம். ஆனா x வந்துருச்சுன்னா சம் தப்பு. Always remember that the assumed values should not, assumed variable should not come in the answer. இது ஒரு முக்கியமான பாயிண்ட். வருதுனாலே இப்ப x வருது ஆன்சர்ல அப்படின்னாலே நீங்க ஏதோ சம்ல தப்பு பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். x அசியூம் பண்ணதெல்லாம் கேன்சல் ஆயிடும். அடுத்த சம். A particle covers half of its total distance. Total distance சொல்லிட்டான், எவ்வளவு டிஸ்டன்ஸ் சொல்லல. உடனே நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிடுவோம்? அசியூம் பண்ணிடுவோம். டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எஸ்ன்னு வச்சுக்கோம். எஸ்ன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். நான் எக்ஸ்ன்னு வச்சுக்குவேன். உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் எஸ்ன்னு சொல்லி பழகிருப்பாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். எஸ்ன்னு வச்சுக்கோம். டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எஸ் வித் ஸ்பீட் v1. இந்த பார்ட்டிகிள் கவர்ஸ் half of its total distance. half of distance. டோட்டல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எஸ். அப்ப இங்க வந்து s/2, இங்க ஒரு s/2. சரி. half of distance with v1. இங்க வந்து வெலாசிட்டி வந்து ஸ்பீடு வந்து v1 km/h வச்சுக்கலாம். km/h with and the rest of the distance with speed v2. இது வந்து v2ன்ற ஸ்பீட்ல வருது. இந்த ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீட் டியூரிங் கம்ப்ளீட் ஜேர்னி. அதே சம் தான், நீங்களே போடலாம். இது அதே சம் தான், பட் அங்க v2vன்னு கொடுத்தா இங்க v1 v2ன்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அதான் டிஃபரன்ஸ். நீங்களே சால்வ் பண்ணலாம். அப்ப என்னது ஃபார்முலா? ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீடு தான் கேட்குறோம். ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீட் ஈக்குவல் டு டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை டைம். தட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு டிஸ்டன்ஸ் வந்து என்ன அசியூம் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம், எஸ்ன்னு அசியூம் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம். டைம் வந்து இங்கே இதுக்கு ஒரு டைம் வரும் T1 வரும், இதுக்கு ஒரு டைம் வரும் T2ன்னு வரும். அதனால நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், டோட்டல் டைம் வந்து T1 + T2ன்னு எழுதலாம். T1 T2 தெரியாது, T1 கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். T1 ஈக்குவல் டு என்ன, டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை S/2 டிவைடட் பை வெலாசிட்டி V1. தட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் S டிவைடட் பை 2V1. T2 ஈக்குவல் டு என்ன, டிஸ்டன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு, S/2 டிவைடட் பை V2. தட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு S டிவைடட் பை 2V2. அப்போ இங்கே சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணிடலாமே, S divided by 2V1 plus S divided by 2V2. That's all. இப்போ LCM வந்து என்ன வரும், LCM வந்து இங்கே S divided by whole divided by 2V1 V2. இங்கே வந்து V2 இல்லை, அதனால இங்கே வந்து V2S plus இங்கே வந்து V1 இல்லை, அதனால V1S. அப்போ என்ன வந்துடும், இந்த இது நியூமரேட்டர் போயிடுமா. டினாமினேட்டர் ஆஃப் டினாமினேட்டர் இஸ் நியூமரேட்டர். ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும், டினாமினேட்டர் ஆஃப் டினாமினேட்டர். இது வந்து டினாமினேட்டர். எதோட டினாமினேட்டர், டினாமினேட்டரோட டினாமினேட்டர். இட் ஷுட் கம் டு நியூமரேட்டர். அப்போ வந்து என்ன வரும், 2 times S V1 V2 டிவைடட் பை, இந்த S வெளியில் எடுத்துடலாம், ரெண்டுத்துலையும் S இருக்குது, S into V1 plus V2. S getting cancelled. Therefore 2V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2 எங்க இருக்கு, இது இருக்கு. 2V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. C is the answer. A car moves from X to Y with a uniform speed of VU and returns to X with a uniform speed of V2. டே என்ன எழுதியிருக்கானோ அதுக்கு அப்படியே படம் போட்டுருந்தோம் எப்போதுமே. A car moves from X, Xலேருந்து மூவ் ஆகுதுன்றான், to Y எங்க போகுதுன்றான், Y போகுதுன்றான், with the uniform speed of VU and returns to X, திரும்ப Xக்கே வந்துடுது, with the uniform speed of இப்படி VU, இப்படி வந்து VD, ரைட். ரிட்டர்ன் வந்து VD வந்து. ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீடு ஃபார் திஸ் ரவுண்ட் ட்ரிப் இஸ், இதோட ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீடு என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்குறான். டிஸ்டன்ஸ் வந்து எவ்வளவு, S போக்குள்ள ஒரு S, வரக்குள்ள ஒரு S, 2S. அப்ப ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்பீடு ஈக்குவல் டு distance divided by time. அப்ப that is equal, distance எவ்வளவு, S plus S divided by time. போக்குள்ள ஒரு டைம், வரக்குள்ள ஒரு டைம். போறதுக்கு என்ன டைம்னு பார்ப்போம். T1 equal to போக்குள்ள என்ன ஸ்பீடுனா VUன்ற ஸ்பீட்ல போகுது. அப்ப டிஸ்டன்ஸ் S divided by VU. வரும்போது என்ன ஸ்பீடு அப்படின்னா VD, அப்வர்டு டவுன்வர்டுக்கு, அப்வர்டுக்கு U போட்டுக்கிறோம், டவுன்வர்டுக்கு D போட்டுக்கிறோம். அதே டிஸ்டன்ஸ் S தான், ஆனா எவ்வளவு வருது, VD, அவ்வளவுதான். அப்ப S plus S 2S போட்டுக்கலாம், டிவைடட் பை T1 equal to S divided by VU plus S divided by VD. அப்ப LCM எடுத்தா என்ன வரும், VU VD, இங்க வந்து S multiplied by VD plus S multiplied by VU, 2S வந்துடும் நியூமரேட்டர்ல. அப்ப 2S multiplied by denominator of denominator is numerator, VD VU, இது U divided by S வெளியில எடுத்துடலாம், VD plus VU. the S getting cancelled. 2 VD VU divided by VD plus VU. D is the answer. D is the answer. இந்த சம்மோட நிறுத்திக்கலாம். A car run at a constant speed on a circular track. ஒரு கார் வந்து ஒரு சர்க்குலர் ட்ராக்ல மூவ் ஆகுது, அதோட ரேடியஸ் வந்து 100 மீட்டர்னு சொல்லிட்டான், அதுல கார் வந்து மூவ் ஆகுது. ஓகே, இந்த கார் வந்து எங்க ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுதுன்னா இந்த இடத்துல 0,0 இங்க ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது. டேக்கிங் 62.8 seconds ஃபார் எவ்ரி சர்க்குலர் லேப். ஒரு லேப்புக்கு ஆகிற டைம் வந்து எவ்வளவு அப்படின்னா, ஒரு லேப்புக்கு for 1 lap equal to 62.8 seconds. Speed எல்லாம் சொல்லலாம். கான்ஸ்டன்ட் ஸ்பீடுன்னு சொல்லிட்டான், அவ்வளோதான். பாருங்க, கான்ஸ்டன்ட் ஸ்பீடு, டைம் கொடுத்துட்டான், இதோட ரேடியஸ் கொடுத்துட்டான், R கொடுத்துட்டான், அவ்வளோதான். 62.8 செகண்ட் ஆகுதுன்றோம். The average velocity and the average speed for each circular lap respectively என்னன்னு கேட்குறான். முதல்ல கேட்கறது என்னங்க, வெலாசிட்டி, அப்புறம் ஸ்பீடு கேட்குறான். வெலாசிட்டி வந்து வேணும்னா டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் வேணுங்க. டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஈக்குவல் டு என்னங்க, திரும்ப அதே இடத்துக்கு வந்துருது, 0. டிஸ்பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஈக்குவல் டு 0. இப்போ வெலாசிட்டி வந்து என்ன வரணும், velocity equal to displacement divided by time. Time எது வேணா இருந்துட்டு போகுது. Displacement 0 divided by something, time equal to 0. அப்ப ஆன்சர் வந்து ஒன்று பிஆ இருக்கணும், இல்லைன்னா சிஆ இருக்கணும். வேற இது இருக்கவும் வாய்ப்பு இல்லை. ஏன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வெலாசிட்டி தான் கேட்டிருக்கிறான். ரெஸ்பெக்டிவ்லின்னு போட்டோம்னா அந்த ஆர்டர்ல இருக்கணும் ஆன்சர். எப்பெல்லாம் ரெஸ்பெக்டிவ்லி நீங்க பாக்குறீங்களோ அப்போ வந்து இங்க என்ன ஆர்டர்ல கொடுத்துருக்கானோ அதே ஆர்டர்ல ஆன்சர் இருக்கணும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வெலாசிட்டி கொடுத்துருக்கோம், அடுத்து ஸ்பீட் கொடுத்துருக்கான். வெலாசிட்டி 0. இதை உங்களை ஏமாத்தணும்னு நினைச்சா என்ன பண்ணுவான்னா, கரெக்ட் ஆன்சரையே இப்படி ஸ்வாப் பண்ணி ஒன்று கொடுக்கும். அதை கொடுத்துருக்கான், அது கூட கொடுத்துருக்கான், அதை கொடுத்துருக்காம ஸ்வாப் பண்ணி ஒன்று கொடுத்துருக்கான். நீங்க பட்டுன்னு 10 மீட்டர்/செகண்ட் ஸ்பீடு கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டு இதான் ஆன்சர் ஏ அடிச்சிங்கன்னா அவ்வளோதான், போயிடும். ஸோ ரெஸ்பெக்டிவ்லி கொடுத்தாலே என்ன ஆர்டர்ல கொடுத்துருக்குறானோ அந்த ஆர்டர்ல ஆன்சரும் இருக்கணும். அப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வெலாசிட்டி, அடுத்து ஸ்பீடு. வெலாசிட்டி 0ன்னு தெரிஞ்சு போச்சு. இப்போ ஆன்சர் ஒன்று பிஆ இருக்கணும், இல்லை சிஆ இருக்கணும். இந்த சம் போடவே தேவையில்லை. ஏன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, இதுல 0 இல்லை, இதுலேயும் 0 இல்லை. அப்போ இது ரெண்டும் கிடையாது. அப்போ இது வந்து வெலாசிட்டி, ஸ்பீடு வந்து கண்டிப்பாக 0 வராது. அப்போ சி தான் ஆன்சர், தெரிஞ்சு போச்சு பாருங்க. இருந்தாலும் நம்ம வெரிஃபை பண்ணுவோம். ஸ்பீடு ஈக்குவல் டு என்ன, ஸ்பீடு ஈக்குவல் டு டிஸ்டன்ஸ் டிவைடட் பை டைம். டைம் கொடுத்துட்டான், எவ்வளவு பாருங்க, 62.8. டிஸ்டன்ஸ் வந்து என்னன்னா சர்க்குலர்னு சொல்லிட்டான், ரேடியஸ் கொடுத்துட்டான், 2πr தான் டிஸ்டன்ஸ். 2πr, r வந்து எவ்வளோங்க, 100ன்னு கொடுத்துட்டான். இப்போ எப்படி நான் போடுறது அப்படின்னா, நான் ஏற்கனவே சொன்னேன், எப்பெல்லாம் கால்சி தேவையில்லையோ அப்பெல்லாம் அவன் வந்து சம் வந்து ஈஸியா ஸ்ட்ரைக் அவுட் பண்ற மாதிரி தான் கொடுப்போம் ஃபார்முலாவில். அப்போ அந்த பைக்கும் இதுக்கும் ஒரு ரிலேஷன் இருக்கு. பை என்னங்க, 2 × 3.14. அதோட 2 மடங்கு பாருங்க, 6.28. அதனால தான் அவன் 62.8 செகண்ட்ஸ்ன்னு கொடுத்துருக்குறான். இன்ட்டு 100, 100ல் அப்போ இருக்குன்னா அது 314 ஆயிடும். இன்ட்டு 100 டிவைடட் பை 62.8. 2 × 31, 10ஆல் பெருக்கிடுங்க, 31.4 × 10. 100 வந்து 10 × 10 போட்டு அப்படி எழுதிக்கலாமா, 62.8. இதை அடிச்சிங்கன்னா 2 கிடைச்சிடும். இந்த 2 கேன்சல் ஆகிடும். therefore 10 is the answer. ஸோ எப்போதுமே நீட் எக்ஸாமில் சம்முக்கு கால்குலேசி தேவையே படாது. ஏன்னா 62.8 கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க அப்படின்னு யோசிக்கக்கூடாது. அது போடுறது கஷ்டம்னு நினைக்கக்கூடாது. ஏன்னா பை ஈக்குவல் டு 3.14 அதோட மல்டிப்ளா தான் இதை கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. ஸோ ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலாக 3.14னா 20 டைம்ஸ் வரும். 20 டைம்ஸ் என்னது, இங்கே வந்து அப்படி கூட நீங்கள் போட்டலாம். இதை அடிச்சுட்டு இங்கே போட்டு 20 போட்டுருங்க. 20யை வந்து 100 அடிச்சிங்கன்னா 5 டைம்ஸ், 5 × 2 = 10 அப்படின்னு போடும். எப்படியோ as you wish. Y-axis is distance, x-axis is time. Distance time curve has given in the figure. The maximum instantaneous velocity of the particle is around the point A, B, C, D. 4 points are given. At which point the velocity is maximum is asked. Already we have seen that velocity equal to slope. Already we have seen. Suppose in this sum already we have seen one particle has 30 degree. If you plot between time and displacement. One has 30, another has 45. This has 45 degree. This has 30 degree. The slope of this is less. Therefore, the tan theta velocity equal to tan 30 equal to 1 by root 3 we have seen. For this velocity equal to tan 45, that is equal to 1 we have seen, which is higher. This is higher. This is less. So, angle, if the angle is higher, velocity is higher. That is another example. I told you that instead of giving angle, if they give equation for this line equation, that is in terms of x equal to t square, 5t plus c. Here it is given that 3t plus x equal to 3t, it is given. If they give equation, then we have to differentiate and find the velocity. Already we have seen that is dx by dt. Here also we have to find dx by dt. If it is equation is given. This also gives slope. Slope. What is slope? Slope is angle made by this line, the tangent at any point. Angle made by the tangent at any point with the x-axis. That is slope. That is, in other words, tan theta. Slope is tan theta. If the angle is more, slope is more. Velocity is more. So, where angle is more, at C angle is more. Therefore, around C velocity is maximum. Where the maximum instantaneous velocity at C, therefore, the answer is A. A is D, B is A, C is B, D is C. Therefore, D is the answer. The slope is maximum means velocity is maximum. The position x of a particle with respect to time t along x-axis is given by the position x. So you can ignore all these lines. X equal to something is given. X equal to 9t square minus t cube is given. Where x is in meter. This is in meter. T in seconds. That is given. What will be the position of this particle when it achieves maximum speed? Its displacement is function of time. Therefore, its velocity also function of time. Therefore, at a particular time, velocity will be maximum. At that time, what is the displacement? That is the question. I'll tell again. X is what? Distance covered. Distance covered is x. Distance traveled, we can say in other words, x. What is dx by dt? Dx by dt is velocity. If any equation is given, you have to differentiate. That gives velocity. This velocity is maximum when this velocity is maximum because it is not constant. Velocity is not constant because it is function of time. That's why velocity will vary. But at a particular value of t, this will be maximum. The velocity will be, speed will be maximum. At that time, what is the displacement? Question is this. Now we will once again we'll read. What will be the position of this particle when it achieves maximum speed along the x direction? Maximum, what will be the position? Position means x. What is the value of x is asked when it achieves maximum speed? When it achieves maximum speed. So to find maximum speed, first we have to find the equation for speed. What is the equation for speed? We have to differentiate this. That's why dx by dt, that is velocity, equal to dx by dt, dx by dt, that is equal to 18t minus 3t square. t power n, n t power n minus 1. This is the formula. So by using that formula, we found the equation for velocity. When it will be maximum, the mathematics says differentiation of this equal to 0 means then it may be maximum or minimum. Maximum or minimum. Either derivative of this must be equal to 0. So what is the derivative of this? So we have to differentiate again. One more time we have to differentiate. So d square x by dt square. That is d by dt of dx by dt. Second time differentiation means we have to differentiate once again this. D square x by dt square equal to 18t. If we differentiate this, it will become 18. Because t power 1 minus 1, 0. Anything power 0 equal to 1. Therefore, 18 minus 3t square means 6t you will get. This must be equal to 0 to get the maximum value of velocity. So, 18 minus 60 equal to 0 means 60 equal to 18 or t equal to 3. T equal to 3. So, when time equal to 3, the displacement we have to find. At that time, speed will be maximum. When t equal to 3, speed will be maximum. So we have to substitute here this 3. If you substitute this 3 in x, x equal to 9 times multiplied by 9 because 3 square. X equal to 9t square. T equal to 3 means 9 minus t cube 27. 81 minus 27, 54 meter. The displacement is 54 meter. That is A is the answer. Any doubt in this sum? புரியலனா கேளுங்க. Okay. So to find the maximum, we have to differentiate one more time and equate to 0. This concept we should remember. A particle moves along a straight line OX. At a time t, the distance x in meters of the particle from O is given by, at any point of time, the distance x equal to 40 plus 12t minus t cube. X கான equation கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. How long the particle travel before coming to rest? Rest means velocity equal to 0. We know if speed is 0 means it will be at rest. So he is asking how long the particle travel before coming to rest. Maybe it may be in deceleration instead of acceleration. But anyhow, for what value of t, velocity will be 0, we have to find. So first we have to find the velocity. Velocity means what? Dx by dt we have to find. Velocity equal to dx by dt. That is equal to, if you differentiate a constant, it becomes 0. Plus 12t, if you differentiate, it becomes 12. T cube, if you differentiate, 3t square. That's called. So this is the velocity. Therefore, this is equal to 0. It is given. Velocity equal to 0. At that time, what is the displacement we have to find? So velocity equal to 0 means, 12 minus 3t square equal to 0, or 3t square equal to 12, or t square equal to 12 divided by 3 equal to 4. Therefore, t equal to plus or minus 2. We have to take time means it won't give negative value. That's why we have to take the positive value. Therefore, t equal to 2. So we have to find the x. It is moving along this line. We have to find the x. Substitute here t value. What you will get? 40 plus 12 times multiplied by 2 minus, if you cube that 2, you will get 8. So 40 plus 24, 64 minus 8, 56 you will get. So x equal to 56 when velocity is 0. But initially where it is? We do not know. Initially where it is? Initially it is to cheat you. The sum is to cheat you. A particle moves along a straight line OX. At a time t, the distance x of the particle from O is given by, this formula is given. From O is given. This equation is from O. That's all. That is given. So when t equal to 0, what is the distance we have to find? This is when t equal to 2. When t equal to 0, what is the distance? When t equal to 0, the distance is, substitute t equal to 0 in x. T equal to 0, if you put x equal to 40. Therefore, when t equal to 0, initially it is at 40, now it is at 56. Therefore, before coming to rest, it travels 16 meters because 56 minus 40 equal to 16 meters. Therefore, A is the answer. A is the answer. Hmm. 56 meter is not correct. Initially, if it is at 0, then 56 is correct. So, suppose I'll give another example. Jitish, I'll give another example. Suppose my equation is like this. My equation is like this. X equal to 12t minus t cube. Let us assume. Here, what is dx by dt? Equal to 12 minus 3t square. Therefore, equal to 0. It becomes rest means equal to 0. Therefore, t equal to 2. New equation is this. So, t equal to 2. If you substitute t equal to 2, what you will get? X equal to 12 multiplied by 2 minus t cube is 8. That is equal to 24 minus 8. That is equal to 16. We got 16. For this equation, 16 is correct. For this equation, you have to find initially where it is, we have to find. The constant is there. It means when t equal to 0, the particle is at 40 meters. Initially, it is at 40 meters. Now it is at 56. Therefore, what is the question? How long the particle travel? How long the particle? It is not, they are not asking the distance. We have to read the question carefully. How long the particle travel before coming to rest? Only 16 meters, because initially it is at 40. Now it comes to 56. How long the particle travel before it coming to rest means 56 minus 40 equal to 16. I got Jitish. Got my point? Okay. A displacement x of your particle varies with the time t as x equal to, it is given like this. Displacement x equal to a e power minus alpha t plus b e power beta t is given. So any point of time, if you substitute the value of t, you will get the where it is, you will get. If you know the time, if you substitute it here, you will know the where the particle is, we can find. So location will be given by this equation as usual, where a, b, alpha, beta are positive constants. Carefully, it is given as positive constants. The velocity of the particle will be question is this. Velocity of the particle will be independent of beta. Drop to 0 when alpha equal to beta. Go on decreasing with the time. Go on increasing with the time. As t increases, the answer for D is go on increasing. Means with time means if you increase t, it will increase. What is C says? Go on decreasing. If t increases, velocity will decrease. What is B says? B says when alpha equal to beta, its velocity is 0. Its velocity is 0. Its velocity is 0. That is answer B. A, it is independent of beta. First, let us find velocity first, because only displacement is given. Any equation is given. To find velocity, we have to differentiate with respect to time. So we have to find dx by dt. We have to find that is equal to A is constant. Keep it as such. E power minus alpha t. D by dt of e power t equal to e power t. D by dt of e power minus t equal to, the coefficient of this will comes here. Coefficient of t is 1. Here coefficient of t is minus 1. Therefore, minus e power minus t. Another equation. I am writing this way. Generally, we can say that d by dt of e power nt equal to n into e power nt. D by dt of e power minus nt equal to minus n e power minus nt. So if you differentiate the exponential function, you will get the same result, but coefficient will change. Differentiate or integrate, you will get the same value. For this is the formula you have to remember. This is the general formula you have to remember. So here, instead of n, alpha is there. Negative sign is there. If you differentiate this, what you will get? A is constant, leave it. E power minus alpha. Therefore, what you will get is minus alpha e power minus alpha t. Instead of n, alpha is there. Plus b beta e power beta t. So this is the velocity. So velocity we got. Now we have to find first answer be independent of beta. No. Velocity consists of beta. Therefore, A is not the answer. We have to first eliminate the wrong answers. Then automatically you will get best answer, correct answer. If alpha equal to beta, let us assume that it is 1. Then drop to 0 and so on. We cannot say it is not drop to 0. Minus A, alpha equal to 1 and equal to 1. And second answer is drop to 0 when alpha equal to beta. Let us assume that alpha equal to 1, beta equal to 1. Minus A e power minus alpha equal to 1, therefore t. Plus B e power beta equal to 1, therefore t. So here A and B are not equal. E power minus t, e power plus t, they are adding. That's why they won't getting cancelled. It won't become 0. Therefore, B also wrong. These type of sums, we have to eliminate wrong answers first. We should not choose the correct answer. Some sums we have to do like that. We have to eliminate the wrong answers first. So in this sum, we have to eliminate wrong answers. Then next what he says, go on decreasing with the time t. Go on increasing with the time t. So we have to increase the time and we have to find the answer. No other go. For that, these two are added together. So we must know what is the graph for e power minus alpha t. What is the graph for alpha e power beta t? If we know, here. We must know what is the graph for e power minus alpha t. What is the graph for e power beta t multiplied by a alpha b beta. So let us assume that a alpha b beta, let us assume 1, no problem. So here e power minus t means all you assume 1. To get the concept, constants you assume 1. So what you will get the equation? Equation will be minus e power minus t plus e power minus plus t. What is the equation for e power minus t? This is the this is the graph for e power minus t. This is mathematically they will say it is exponentially decreasing. Exponentially decreasing. This is time, this is magnitude, velocity. E power minus t means for this graph it will be like this. But before that one minus sign is there. Therefore, if you put a minus sign before this, what you will get is your graph will be like this. Anyhow, it comes to 0. So this is the graph for minus a alpha e power minus alpha t. As t increases, it comes to 0. Anyhow, as t increases, this part will become 0. This part will become 0. As t increases, this part becomes 0. First part becomes 0 because initially it is some negative value minus a alpha. At this point, if you put t equal to 0, you will get minus a alpha. It starts at minus a alpha. Suppose a equal to 1, alpha equal to 1 means it starts at minus 1 and comes to 0. Suppose, what is the graph for this? Let us assume b and beta equal to 1. Graph for this will be going like this. Sorry. Graph for this is exponentially increasing. This is graph for b beta e power beta t is go on increases. Initially it is 0. When t equal to 0, e power 0 equal to 1. Initial value if b and beta equal to 1 means it starts here, not here. It starts at 1. Starts at 1. If b and beta equal to 1, it goes like this. B beta. If both are 1 means it starts at 1. Otherwise, it starts at b beta. This is the graph for b beta e power beta t. Add these two together. After a long time, t's value 1000, let us assume. It goes to 0, but it goes very high value. Therefore, go on increasing with the time. Therefore, D is the correct answer. C also wrong. C also wrong. So, these type of sum, what we have to do is, we have to remove the wrong answers. We have to remove the wrong answers. Then you will automatically will get the correct answer. Eliminate the wrong answer method of sum. Any doubt in this sum? If you didn't understand, I will explain again. No one is answering.
No, sir.
Any doubt? I will explain again. If you didn't understand. If you understand, if I ask in the other way, complementary. Got the point? I think no one is answering. So let us take 3 answers they got. Okay. And no, sir. Understand, sir. Please explain again, sir. Okay, I will explain again. No problem. No problem. I'll take another page to explain this. What is the expression for velocity? Expression for velocity is minus a alpha e power minus alpha t plus d beta e power beta t. Up to this point, I think you understood. Say yes or no. Up to this point, you understand? Okay. Up to this point, you understood. Dx by dt, up to dx. Yes. So we have to differentiate this. Okay. What is dx by dt? Velocity equal to minus a alpha e power minus alpha t plus b beta e power beta t. This is the equation for velocity. Suppose I want to know the velocity of this particle at t equal to 0. Substitute t equal to 0. E power t equal to 0, if you put minus a alpha, e power 0 is 1, plus b beta, e power 0 is 1. Therefore, the answer is minus a alpha plus b beta. That is the answer. When t equal to 0, we have to find two values. If you didn't understand, we have to substitute two values. One is 0, another one is infinity. So, if you substitute 0, what you will get? You got some value minus a alpha plus b beta. This is the value you got. Velocity is this much. If you assume a equal to 1 and b equal to 1, alpha equal to 1, beta equal to 1 means initially it will be at rest 0. Initial velocity is 0. How we found that if alpha, beta, a, b all are equal to 1 means, or all are equal means, you will get 0. All are equal to 1 or all are equal means, suppose a equal to 5, b equal to 5, alpha equal to 5, beta equal to 5 means you will get 0. But anyhow, you are getting some value. Velocity at t equal to 0, you got this value. What is the value when t equal to infinity? We have to find. As t increases, t go on increasing, what happens to velocity they are asking. That's why two value we have to substitute and find the values. So let us substitute t equal to infinity in this equation. If we substitute t equal to infinity in this equation, then velocity equal to minus a alpha e power minus infinity. T equal to infinity means forget about alpha. Infinity, if we multiply with anything with infinity, you will get infinity. E power infinity. E power minus infinity equal to 0. E power minus infinity equal to 0. Plus b beta e power infinity. Here e power infinity equal to 0. Therefore, whatever may be the value of a and alpha, you will get 0 for this. Plus b beta e power infinity. Anything to the power infinity equal to infinity. Except infinity. The infinity power infinity is undefined. Undefined. That you should not tell. Anything not infinity. Any number, e is one number. Number to the power infinity means that is infinity. Therefore, infinity. So, velocity equal to infinity. When t equal to infinity, velocity is infinity. From this, we can understand that velocity increases from, let us assume that alpha, beta, a, b all are equal. Then velocity increased from 0 to infinity. I can say that as t increases, velocity is increasing. I hope you understood. Tell me, Jitish and Asini, have you got my point? Or not yet? Shall I explain one more time? Okay. Yes, this is over. Answer is D. Displacement time graph of moving particle is shown below. The displacement time graph. Displacement in y-axis, time in x-axis. That graph is given. The instantaneous of the particle is negative. If the slope is like this, then the slope is called positive slope. The slope is like this, then it is called a negative slope. Here, the velocity is, as time increases, it increases. Velocity increases. Time increases. This is time, this is velocity. Velocity increases. Here, as time increases, velocity decreases. Slope is negative. Slope means velocity decreases. So, where here, up to D, it is positive slope. Here also positive slope. Therefore, the velocity is, here the velocity is positive. Here the velocity is negative. Because it is decreasing. So, the instantaneous velocity of the particle is negative at E. Therefore, answer is E. E means A. A is the answer. Which one of the curve doesn't represent motion in one dimension? Actually, it is two dimension. Okay. Time is there, no? Okay. Which one of the curve doesn't represent motion in one dimension? Yes, motion in one dimension. We have to remove the doesn't represent motion in one dimension. This is one dimensional motion. Initially, its displacement increases, then displacement decreases. No problem, one dimension only. Final displacement is this 5 meter. It goes here, then it comes here, 5 meter displacement. So it is linear only. It is one dimension only. This is wrong because does not represent one dimension. This is one dimension. Here, the displacement is gone, increases. It is also one dimension. Therefore, this is also wrong answer. This is initially it goes away, then comes to 0, then goes in the negative direction, then again comes to 0, then goes to positive direction, then comes to 0. This is also one dimension. That's why this is also wrong. Therefore, this is the correct answer. It must be. But how to understand this? Here, this is a displacement. What is which one of the curve doesn't represent motion? This is velocity. This is velocity versus time. V they put. Therefore, velocity. This is velocity. I said displacement. Actually, velocity. Velocity increases, then velocity decreases. Velocity go on increases. Here, velocity is oscillating. Velocity increases, velocity decreases, negative direction, velocity increases. It means you can think like this. Car speed is increasing, then car speed is decreasing, comes to rest. Then car goes in the negative direction, reverse direction. Then car goes in the forward direction and comes to rest. 0. Then velocity is 0. Again, velocity increases, velocity decreases. So it is one represent motion in one dimension. This is also one dimension. This is also one dimension. Velocity versus time. I didn't see the V. I thought it is X. Okay. Now, velocity at one point, if you select, say this is t equal to 3. At 3, if you find velocity, it gives two values. How a car will run at two velocities. This is 20 km per hour. This is 40 km per hour. Take this here and display. This is the circle. At t equal to 3, the car speed is 20 km per hour and 40 km per hour. If you draw a line at t equal to 3, it gives two values. It's not at all possible. Either car can run at 20 km per hour or 40 km per hour. How it can run at two speeds simultaneously? That is called two-valued function. Two-valued. These are all not required. This is mathematics. Two-valued function means mathematics. That is not required for you. You can physically understand. Forget about mathematics. How a car will run at two speed simultaneously. Either it will run at 20 km per hour or at 40 km per hour. Nowhere two values will give here. Only one value. At any time, if you draw, you see here, see here, everywhere it gives only one value. But this alone gives two values. How it can run at two speed at one time. Even if you see the displacement also, displacement, if you see how I can be either here or somewhere else. I cannot be at both places. Like that, it's not possible to run a particle at two speeds. That's why this does not represent the motion in one dimension. But E is the answer. B is the answer. You understand this point? Any doubt in this sum? A particle of unit mass undergoes one-dimensional motion such that its velocity varies according to equation is given for velocity. So definitely differentiation integration will involve. Where beta and n are constants. X is position of the particle. The acceleration of the particle as function of x is given by, here in the previous sums, if you notice that x equal to function of t is given, function of t. You see that here also x is function of t in terms of time is given. Here also in terms of time is given. Everywhere if you see t and x, so here also x in terms of t is given. V equal to at plus bt square. Velocity is in terms of time. X in terms of time. Everywhere, so far we have seen many sums. Everywhere velocity is given as function of time. But here velocity is given as function of displacement, x. X is the displacement, or s you can assume. Here in this sum, displacement is given as x. That is very important. That is very important. We have to notice that. N is where beta and n are constants. X to the power minus 2n. N equal to 5 means 10. N equal to 20 means 40. Like that, the number, power. So it is a constant. The acceleration of the particle as function of x. Suppose if equation is given, acceleration also will be function of time. But here we have to find acceleration in terms of x, we have to find. We have to find the acceleration in terms of x. Here we have to find dv by dt. Acceleration equal to what? Acceleration equal to dv by dt. Velocity equal to what? Dx by dt. That is given already. Velocity is given. But the acceleration is dv by dt. That is dv of x. That's why we cannot differentiate with respect to t. That's why we can write like this. dv we cannot differentiate with respect to t. That's why we will write dv by dx multiplied by dx by dt. Deliberately we are writing like that. Deliberately we are writing like that. So what you will get is dv by dx we can find because it is in terms of x. That's why this we can easily found. This we can easily found. What is dx by dt? V equal to dx by dt. So this can be written as dv by dx multiplied by v, because v is dx by dt. Now we have to find this and substitute here. What is dv by dx? dv by dx equal to d by dx of, what is v? v equal to beta x to the power minus 2n. That is equal to, if you differentiate with respect to x, what is the formula for differentiation? d by dx of x power minus n equal to minus n x to the power minus n minus 1. This is the formula for differentiation. So we have to write beta is constant, we have to write as such. Beta we have to write as such. And minus 2n x to the power minus 2n minus 1. So we got the differentiation multiplied by V. V equal to given already. Beta x to the power minus 2n. So what you will get is beta, two betas are there. That's why we can write beta square. Minus is there, one minus is there. That's why we'll put outside minus 2n. X to the power 2n. Here x to the power 2n. That's why it can be written as we have to add the power 4n minus 1. 4n minus 1. So what you will get is minus 2n beta square x to the power minus 4n minus 1. That is the acceleration. That is the acceleration. Therefore, beta square to the power. So D is the answer. D is the answer. The velocity V time t plot. Time versus velocity. Plot of the motion of body is shown below. So here, this is the plot. Velocity time plot. The acceleration A time graph for the best shoots this motion is. So another 4 graphs are given corresponding to this acceleration versus time. Acceleration versus time is given. Acceleration versus time. Here also acceleration versus time. Acceleration versus time is given. So which shoots this velocity time graph? Okay? That is the question. Now let us see here. Here, what happens to velocity? Constant velocity. Constant velocity. What is the formula for acceleration? Acceleration equal to change in velocity divided by time. That is acceleration. A equal to change in velocity. Here, there is no change. That's why acceleration equal to velocity is constant means acceleration equal to 0. So here, what happens? Velocity changes because this plot is velocity versus time. Here also velocity changes. That's why here A exists. A will come into picture. Here also A will come into picture. Here velocity 0. In other words, constant velocity. 0 constant velocity. So A equal to 0. Here also A equal to 0. So in 3 parts, A equal to 0. So here in the middle, some acceleration is given. That's why this is, we have to remove this. Here also in the middle, acceleration is there. That is also wrong. Here also acceleration is there. That's why this is also wrong. Here retardation is given. Retardation. Opposite acceleration, retardation. Anyhow, it will not exist. In the middle, it is 0. Here only in the middle, it is 0. Acceleration is 0. That's why this is correct. But how this comes into picture, that we have to see. Actually, this plot is here positive acceleration, here retardation or negative acceleration. Negative acceleration. How that we will see now. Here, velocity linearly increasing. If velocity linearly increasing means, if it is a straight line means, acceleration is constant. Acceleration is constant. Here, the acceleration is constant. Here also, the velocity is linearly decreasing, straight line, decreasing, retardation. Velocity going to 0 means retardation. Velocity decreasing means retardation. Retardation means negative, minus a. Here also it is coming as minus a, constant. Therefore, this is the correct picture. Therefore, answer is C. Answer is C. A particle moving along x-axis has an acceleration f. Now the notation is f for acceleration at a time t given by f equal to, this is the expression for acceleration, where f naught and t are constants. The particle at t naught has 0 velocity. In the time interval between t equal to 0, when t equal to 0, velocity is 0. That is given. The instant when f equal to 0, the particle's velocity Vx is. So what is the question? All story we have to forget. When f equal to 0, find velocity. That's all. F is what? Acceleration. When acceleration is 0, find velocity. That's all. When acceleration is 0, that is f equal to 0. When f equal to 0, the particle's velocity is. That is the question. What is the question? When f equal to 0, the particle's velocity is. 4 answers given. So, when acceleration equal to 0, that is f equal to 0, here acceleration is called f. So, we have to find velocity when f equal to 0. So, equate this f equal to 0, what you will get? F equal to 0. F equal to 0 equal to f naught 1 minus t by t equal to 0. This is not equal to 0. F naught, I am multiplying 5 and 0 equal to 0. Answer is 0. But answer 0 means here two products are there, means either this equal to 0 or this equal to 0. But this is not equal to 0 means this must be equal to 0. Suppose I am writing 5a equal to 0 means definitely a is 0 because 5 is not equal to 0. Like that, f naught is constant. That's why that is not equal to 0. Not equal to 0. Therefore, this part must be equal to 0. Therefore, I can write 1 minus t by t equal to 0 or 1 equal to t by t or t equal to t or I can say t equal to t. When t equal to t, f equal to 0. In other words, I can say that when t equal to t, time equal to capital T, that time the acceleration will be 0. That time I have to find the velocity. If I want to find the velocity means, what I have to do is, if x is given, velocity means dx by dt. If dx by dt is given, that is velocity is given means acceleration means d square x by dt square. We have to go on differentiation. Suppose the acceleration is given, velocity is required, we have to integrate. If you integrate d square x by dt square, you will get dx by dt. If you integrate dx by dt, if you integrate, you will get x. So integration is opposite to differentiation. Integration is opposite to differentiation. That's why acceleration is given. We want velocity means we have to integrate this. So integral of f naught 1 minus t by t dt. That has to be integrated. Here, at t equal to 0, 0 velocity, we can put a limit for this integration. In the time interval between 0 and the instant when f equal to 0. F equal to 0, when it will come? When t equal to capital T. That's why we can integrate from 0 to t. In this interval, we have to find the velocity. So integrate from 0 to t, this. I have to integrate this. Integration means constant can be taken outside. So f naught can be taken outside. integral of 0 to t, 1 minus t by t can be separated. 1 into dt minus t by t dt, that's all. So this can be written as f naught integral of 0 to t dt minus integral of 0 to t. Already I told you that addition and integration are compatible. That's why we can separate this into two integration. Addition, subtraction are compatible with the integration. That's why integration can be separated into two integrations. T divided by t dt. 1 by t can be taken outside because 1 by t is constant. That's why we can take this outside. So we have to integrate this outside. F naught is there. So F naught, if we integrate this, dt becomes t. T limit is 0 to t minus 1 by t. If we integrate this, t square divided by 2, limit is 0 to t. That's all. That is equal to F naught into, if you put upper limit, you will get t. Lower limit, you will get 0. Okay. Minus 1 by t. If you put upper limit, you will get t square divided by 2. If you put lower limit, you will get 0. That's all. Now, t minus 0 is t. F naught into t minus 1 by t square. So, t square, t getting cancelled. This 0 is ignored. T by 2 minus t divided by 2. That is equal to F naught. T minus t by 2 means you will get t by 2. So, F naught t by 2. F naught t by 2. C is the answer. The acceleration of a particle is increasing linearly with the time t as bt. What is given? Acceleration equal to bt. Linearly increasing with the time as bt. So acceleration is given. We didn't tell any equation. By wordings he gave. The acceleration of the particle is increasing linearly with the time as bt. Therefore, A equal to bt is given. The particle starts from origin with an initial velocity v naught. Initial velocity v at t equal to 0 equal to v naught. That is given. The distance traveled by the particle in time t will be, acceleration is given. We have to find velocity. Velocity means what we have to do? We have to integrate. If you integrate, what you will get? Velocity you will get. So, acceleration is bt. To get velocity, we have to integrate acceleration. Acceleration. That is equal to A equal to bt is given. Bt dt has to be integrated. That what you will get? B is constant. Therefore, B into t square divided by 2 plus C. That is very important. Already I told you. In one more sum we have seen. Whenever you integrate, you have to put plus C. If there is no limit, sir, for integration, sir, already we put a limit from 0 to t. That's why plus C will not come. But if you do not have any limit, then we have to put plus C. Unknown value always will be there. Plus C. So velocity equal to, what is the formula for velocity? Velocity equal to b t square divided by 2 plus C. This C has to be found. What is the value of C? For that, this statement is given. The particle starts from origin with an initial velocity v naught. Initial velocity v naught means that is initial velocity. When t equal to 0, that is v naught. Therefore, here t equal to 0, initial velocity is V naught, V naught, V naught equal to T equal to 0. When T equal to 0, V naught. Therefore, V naught equal to 0 plus C. This gives C equal to V naught. Therefore, what is the formula for velocity? Velocity equal to Vt square divided by 2 plus V naught. That is 1. We got velocity. But what is asked? Distance traveled by the particle in time t, we have to find. Therefore, if you want a distance, velocity is there. Distance is required. Acceleration to velocity means one integration. Velocity to displacement means one more integration. So, S equal to integral of velocity dt. That is equal to integral of Vt square divided by 2 plus V naught multiplied by dt. Hereafter, I won't write two integration and all. This will be integrated separately. This will be integrated separately to reduce number of steps. If you integrate this, what you will get? Vt cube divided by 3. Vt cube divided by 3. Already 2 is there. That's why 6. Plus V naught, if you integrate V naught dt, you will get dt. Therefore, V naught into t, you will get S equal to Vt cube divided by 6 plus V naught t. 1 by 6 Bt cube plus V naught t. C is the answer. A horizontal bridge is built across a river. Horizontal bridge. A student standing on the bridge throws a small ball vertically upwards with a velocity of 4 meters per second. He throws up. This is the bridge. AB is the bridge. From there, he throws a ball upwards at a velocity of, initial velocity is 4 meters per second. The ball strikes the water because after this, it is falling in the water. After 4 seconds, it again return and falling on the water. This is water. This is the distance between height of the bridge. Height of the bridge. He throws upward, goes up and comes back and fall on the water. Time taken for this journey is goes up and coming down is 4 seconds. After 4 seconds. So, how many journey? S1, S2. We can make this as 3 journey. S1, S2, S3. So, the height of the bridge is S3 we have to find. S3 we have to find. For convenient, G is equal to 10 meters per second square is given. So, if you throw a ball upward with the initial velocity is V, U equal to 4 meters per second. What is the final velocity? For S1, first let us solve for S1. S1, what is the final velocity? This will go. At one point, it stands still. Then it comes down. Finally, what is its velocity? 0. Therefore, if you throw a stone upward, final velocity is 0. Final velocity is 0. Because you are throwing something because of the deceleration. Gravity pulls down. Initial velocity is 4 meters per second. Final velocity for the S1 journey. Already I told you that from the bridge you are throwing upwards, it goes up, then come down up to bridge, then up to water. So it has 3 parts, S1, S2, S3. For S1, initial velocity is 4 meters per second. Final velocity is V. Therefore, we can write V equal to U plus AT. V equal to what? 0. Final, this formula you have to remember. V equal to U plus 8. Final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is 4 meters second. And the acceleration is minus 10. Why minus 10? It acts as retardation. It is not accelerating. It is decreasing the speed. That's why final velocity becomes 0. That's why instead of 10, I am putting minus 10 multiplied by time. It is equal to 0. Therefore, we can say that minus 4 equal to minus 10t, or t equal to 10 divided by 4 divided by 10. 4 divided by 10 is 0.4 seconds. 0.4 seconds. T equal to, in 0.4 seconds, it reach P. Then it starts from there. That is journey S2. What is initial velocity? Initial velocity at P is 0. The final velocity at this point is 4 meters per second. At the bridge, while coming to bridge, its velocity is 4 meters per second. How I am saying this? Acceleration is 10. Initial velocity is, here initial velocity is 4, final velocity is 0, acceleration is 10. Now, initial velocity is 0, final velocity is 4 meters. For same distance, same acceleration. That's why V equal to, here initial velocity is 4, final velocity is 0. While coming down, initial velocity is 0, final velocity while coming to bridge is 4 meters per second. Therefore, we have to write, the 4 equal to V equal to U plus AT. This same formula. U is 0 plus, now acceleration. Gravity pulls. That's why speed increases from 0 to 4. That's why 10t. Therefore, again t equal to, again t2. This is t1. Now we'll call it as t2 because second journey. T2 equal to 4 by 10. That's why 0.4 seconds. Initial velocity is for journey 3, initial velocity is 4 meters per second. We know the total time is 4 seconds. We do not know when it reaches water, we do not know the velocity because we do not know the distance. But u equal to 4 seconds we know. We do not know. We do not know. That is not required at all. But we need S3 is required. And we know the time. What is the total time? 4 seconds. For going up, 0.4 seconds. For going down, 0.4 seconds. Therefore, time to travel from bridge to water is T3 equal to 4 minus 0.4 minus 0.4. That is equal to 3.2. That is equal to 3.2 seconds. Time we know. Therefore, the formula is S equal to S3 equal to S equal to UT plus half AT square. That formula can be used to find S3. We need S3 only. Height of the bridge we need. From water to bridge, what is the height? That is S3 is required. UT plus half AT square. Therefore, U is here, while coming here, the velocity is 4 meters per second. That's why 4. Time 3.2 plus half A is 10. T is 3.2 whole square. Find this part is equal to 51.2. This point is equal to 12.8. Therefore, this is equal to 64. A is the answer. A particle moves a distance x in time t according to equation. The acceleration of the particle is proportional to what? The question is proportional to, first answer is proportional to velocity to the power 3 by 2, proportional to distance to the power minus 2, distance to the power 2, velocity to the power 2 by 3. So we have to find the acceleration first, then we have to check all these things. How to find acceleration? We have to differentiate this twice because velocity equal to dx by dt. That is equal to, we have to differentiate this t to the power minus 1. So minus 1 t plus 5 to the power minus 2. If we differentiate function of function, it is not simple t. Something inside. So we have to differentiate this once again. If we differentiate this, t becomes 1, 5 becomes 0. So multiplied by 1. This is the differentiation. So what you will get? Minus t plus 5 to the power minus 2 you will get. This is velocity. We have to find acceleration. Acceleration equal to, again we have to differentiate dv by dt. So velocity is given. Velocity is given. This has to be differentiated once again. If we differentiate this, minus of minus plus 2 t plus 5 to the power minus 3. Minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 equal to minus 3. If we differentiate this, you will get 1. So what you will get is 2 times t plus 5 to the power minus 3 you got. Now, it is in the form of equation, but they are asking in terms of velocity, distance, and time. First, what is velocity? Velocity equal to minus t plus 5 to the power minus 2. But if it is minus 2, then only we can put here velocity. So to convert this into minus 2, what we can do is, I'll write like this. Minus 2 minus t plus 5 to the power minus 2. So here I can substitute a velocity. Now minus 2. Why I put minus 2? Here the acceleration plus 2 is there. That's why I put minus 2 minus of t plus 5 to the power minus 2. To cancel this 2, I am putting already what is there? 3 is there. That minus sign is taken here. 3 is there. To cancel this 2, I am putting 2 here. So now I can replace this by minus 2 velocity. I can write like this. Because minus 2 minus t plus 5 to the power minus 2 to the power 3 by 2. Therefore, this is proportional to velocity to the power 3 by 2. Therefore, A is the correct answer. But we checked and A is the correct answer. But we have to check the other thing also. In the examination, no need. Directly we got. We will substitute distance also. What is acceleration? A equal to 2t plus 5 to the power minus 3. That is the acceleration. Here t plus 5 to the power minus 1 is there. So I can write, this can be written as 2t plus 5 to the power minus power 3. Power 3. That's all. Now we can write 2 times distance to the power 3. But distance here it is minus 2 only. Here minus 2 only. That's why this is not correct. This is also not correct because power is 3. Velocity means we got 3 by 2, not 2 by 3. That's why this is also wrong. What is displacement? X equal to t plus 5 to the power minus 1. What is velocity? Differentiation of this that we got here, minus t plus 5 to the power minus 2. What is acceleration? Acceleration equal to, here we got 2 times t plus 5 to the power minus 3. So we got all these things in terms of equation. We got in terms of equation. We have to find acceleration. Acceleration is required. The acceleration of the particle is proportional to velocity, distance. So we have to find acceleration in terms of velocity. So we have to substitute velocity in this acceleration. So we can write velocity. But we cannot substitute here because here minus 3 is there, here minus 2 is there. That's why we can write this. To substitute velocity here, we can write like this. So minus sign is there. That's why I'm deliberately putting one minus sign. 2. To cancel, now 2 minus sign getting cancelled. So I can write t plus 5. Here what is there? Minus 2 is there. Actually, what is the power? Minus 3. So minus sign is taken. 3 alone is there, but this 2 is additional. To cancel that, I am putting divided by 2. So, if you multiply power of power, you will get the correct power. If you multiply these two, what you will get? Minus 2 multiplied by 3 by 2. 2 getting cancelled. Therefore, minus 3. Minus 3 is the acceleration you are getting. Therefore, this part can be replaced by minus 2. This is velocity. Because velocity is t plus 5 to the power minus 2 to the power 3 by 2. Forget about this constant. If you remove the constant, then we can write this proportional to velocity to the power 3 by 2. That's why we got A is the answer. Motion of a particle is given by equation S equal to. It is given that S equal to 3t cube plus 7t square plus 14t plus 8. Motion of a particle is given by equation S equal to 3t cube plus 7t square plus 14t plus 8. The value of acceleration of the particle at t equal to 1 second is the value of acceleration of the particle at t equal to 1 second is very simple sum. S is given. Velocity means ds by dt. That is equal to what? 9t square plus 14t plus 14. Acceleration is required. Once again, we have to differentiate d square s by dt square. That is acceleration. This is velocity equal to 18t square. Sorry, 18t plus 14. That's all. This becomes 0. Therefore, that's all. Now, when t equal to 1 second, what is the acceleration? Substitute t equal to 1 here. What you will get is 18 plus 14. How much? 18 plus 14, 32. 32 meter per second square. So B is the answer. B is the answer. A particle moves along a straight line. A particle moves along a straight line such that its displacement at any time is given by S is given. S equal to t cube minus 6t square plus 3t plus 4 is given. Displacement is given. The velocity when acceleration is 0 is simple sum. Velocity we have to find when acceleration equal to 0. Acceleration equal to 0. We have to find. So we have to find first velocity. Velocity equal to ds by dt. That is equal to 3t square minus 12t plus 3. This is velocity. What is the acceleration? D square s by dt square equal to 6t minus 12. Therefore, this is equal to 0. When acceleration is 0, we have to find a time. 6t equal to 12. Therefore, t equal to 2 plus or minus t equal to 2. Yes, t equal to 2. That time we have to find the velocity. Here we have to substitute t equal to 2. Therefore, velocity equal to 2 square minus 12 plus 3. That is equal to 12 minus 24 plus 3. So, minus 12, 15, 24 minus 15 equal to 9. Minus 9. So, minus 9 meter per second. Therefore, C is the answer. The motion of a particle along a straight line is described by x equal to, this not a, this x is not only one x. X equal to 8 plus 12t minus t cube, where x is in meter and t is in second. The retardation of the particle when its velocity becomes 0 is retardation. What is acceleration means? Acceleration means increase in velocity. Increase in velocity. Retardation means that is also acceleration, negative acceleration, minus acceleration. We can say like that, or we can call it as retardation. Retardation means decrease in velocity. Decrease in velocity. So retardation is also acceleration, negative acceleration. Suppose we are traveling in a car. If we accelerate the car to increase speed means acceleration. Suppose we are moving at 60 kilometers per hour, suddenly we have to stop, then we are applying brake. That is also negative acceleration or retardation. Applying brake is called retardation. Decrease in velocity. So velocity is not constant. That's why it is called negative acceleration or retardation. The retardation of the particle when its velocity becomes 0 is, this will, we have to find velocity. The retardation of the particle we have to find when velocity is 0. First, let us find velocity. Displacement is given. So, x is given. We have to find velocity. Velocity equal to dx by dt. That is equal to 8 plus 12t minus t cube. If we differentiate that, 0 plus 12 minus 3t square. Acceleration equal to v by dt or d square x by dt square. So we have to differentiate this one more time. If you differentiate this one more time, what you will get? Minus 6t. This becomes 0. 12, if you differentiate a constant, you will get 0. That's why minus 60. This velocity is 0. That time, what is the acceleration is question. The retardation of the particle when its velocity becomes 0. Velocity becomes 0 means we have to equate this to 0. If we equate this to 0, 3t square equal to 12. Therefore, t square equal to 12 by 3 equal to 4. Therefore, t equal to plus or minus 2. Time is only positive. That's why plus 2 we have to take. When t equal to 2, what is the retardation we have to find? Negative, that's why minus acceleration. That is equal to retardation minus 60 minus 6 multiplied by 2 equal to minus 12. Therefore, D is the answer. D is the position x of your particle varies with time as x equal to displacement is given t square minus bt cube. Displacement is given. The acceleration will be 0 at time t is equal to. At what time acceleration will be 0? At what time? The question is like that. Acceleration will be 0, he said, at time t is equal to. In other words, at what time the acceleration will be 0? How to find acceleration? We have to differentiate twice. Dx by dt, that is velocity, equal to 2at minus 3b t square. So acceleration equal to d square x by dt square equal to 2a minus 6 bt. This is equal to 0. Acceleration equal to 0. That's why we have to equate this equal to 0. Therefore, 6 bt equal to 2a or t equal to 2a divided by 6b, that is equal to 1 by a divided by 3b. A divided by 3b. A divided by 3b. At this time, the acceleration will be 0. So a divided by 3b. A is the answer. A particle thrown vertically upward, its velocity at half of the height is vertically thrown upward. Therefore, total displacement is s. Half of the distance means s by 2. Its velocity at half of the height is 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second. Then the maximum height attained by it. Then the maximum height attained by it we have to find. So here the speed is 10 meter per second. Here v equal to 0. U equal to 10 meter per second. Therefore, distance covered is s by 2. What is the formula for s by 2? G is given. G is equal to 10 meter per second square is given. So what we can put s equal to ut plus half a t square. If you put time is not given, that's why it's not possible. So we can use v square equal to u square plus 2as. Then we can find what is asked. S is asked. So we'll find the s. Here we are doing for this part. That's why s equal to s by 2. S equal to s by 2. Now we'll find v equal to what? 0. U equal to what? 10 meter per second. 10 square plus 2. A equal to 10. S by 2. 2 getting cancelled. Therefore, here it is going upward. That's why minus sign. Because deceleration. Minus sign. Going upward, that's why minus sign. Therefore, 100 divided by 10 equal to s. That is equal to 10 meter. C is the answer. Therefore, C is the answer. Why we put s by 2? Because at half of the distance, we know the velocity. So we are considering this part only. That's why instead of s, we are putting s by 2. Therefore, yes, we got 10 meters. A car moving with a speed of 40 km per hour can be stopped by applying a brake after 2 meters. U equal to 40 km per hour. Can be stopped applying brake after 2 meters. Therefore, S equal to 2 meters. V equal to 0. Stopped means V equal to 0. If the same car is moving with the speed of, let it be U1, S1, V1. U2, same car, 80 km per hour. What is the minimum stopping distance? S2 equal to what? Again, going to stop. That's why this is equal to 0. So we have to find the S2. At what distance it will stop? So here, so far we didn't face this problem. But you have to check in every sum. Every sum you have to check. Here, it is given in meter. Here it is given in kilometer per hour. Meter means here kilometer per hour. So let us convert into SI unit. That's why kilometer should be converted into meter per second. So U1 equal to 40 into kilometer. So convert this into meter, we have to multiply by 1000. Hour, if you convert this into second, then 3600 seconds. That is equal to 400 divided by 36 or or 100 divided by 9 meter per second. Similarly, we have to convert this also, U2 also. U2 equal to 80 multiplied by 1000 divided by 3600 seconds per hour. So these two getting cancelled. So 800, that's why 200 divided by 9. 200 divided by 9. Meter per second. Meter per second. So now we have to use what is asked? What is the minimum stopping distance? S2 is asked. So V square equal to U square plus 2AS. So we didn't get to the acceleration. So we have to find the acceleration and we have to substitute. So from the first data, we'll find the acceleration. V1 equal to U1 S1. V1 equal to 0 equal to U1 equal to 100 by 9. 100 divided by 9 square plus 2A S equal to 2 meters. So what you will get? It is deceleration going to stop. That's why we have to put the minus sign. Minus sign. Why? Speed U is higher, V is lesser. Deceleration. That's why minus sign. Acceleration is deceleration. That's why minus sign. Therefore, what you will get 100 divided by 9 whole square equal to 4A, or this implies A equal to 100 square divided by 81 multiplied by 4. This is A. This we have to use in the second equation. Second equation, what we will get? V2 square equal to U2 square minus 2A S2. S2 we have to find. So this is 0. U2 is 200 divided by 9 whole square minus 2. A equal to already we found 100 square divided by 81 multiplied by 4 S2. We have to find S2. S2 equal to 200 multiplied by 9 multiplied by. So you will get S2 equal to 8 meters. If you solve this, you will get S2 equal to 8 meters. So 200 multiplied by 200 divided by 81 equal to 2 multiplied by 100 multiplied by 100 divided by 81 multiplied by 4. 81 getting cancelled. So you can cancel and it becomes 2, 2. This you will get 2. So if you bring this 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by S2 equal to 8. S2 equal to 8. 8 meter is the answer. Therefore, C is the answer. If your ball is thrown vertically upwards with a speed U, the distance covered during the last t seconds of its ascent is ut 1 by 2 gt square. Ut minus 1 by 2 gt square or u plus gt. Which one is correct? We have to find. Here, ball is thrown vertically upwards with a speed u. So initial speed is u. U equal to u. Distance covered during the last t seconds it is thrown vertically upward. Total time is t seconds. Last t seconds, what is the distance covered? Distance covered, S t equal to what? During this time, what is the distance covered? So now let us find S t. T means for complete duration. For that, S t equal to how much? ut plus of a t square. This is u equal to u. That's why u t, because total time is t, plus of a t square. Let it be 1. This is to reach the highest point. Okay. This, if you subtract this t, then we have to find. So S t minus t equal to u of t, u multiplied by t minus t plus 1 by 2 a t minus t whole square. That is equal to ut minus ut plus going upward. That's why acceleration is negative. Acceleration is negative. Going upward, no. That's why we have to put a minus sign. Okay. At square. Upward. That's why minus sign. Now, half a t square plus t square minus 2 tt. That's all. So that is equal to ut minus ut minus 1 by 2 a t square minus 1 by 2 a t square plus 2 getting cancelled. Therefore, a t t. That's all. Let it be 2. Here, we know that, okay, we will see later then. So, the difference between the two, here, t minus t means up to this point, what is the displacement? We are distance covered. That is t minus t. We are finding this and this. If we subtract 2 from 1, if we subtract 2 from 1, you will get the answer for this st. Therefore, st equal to st minus s of t minus t. That is equal to, if you subtract this from this, what you will get? U of t minus 1 by 2 a t square minus ut plus ut plus 1 by 2 a t square plus 1 by 2 a t square minus a t t. That's all. Here ut and ut getting cancelled. These two are getting cancelled. So here, this is ut is here. Here, t equal to what? Acceleration equal to how much we have to find. For that, let us use one formula because a is there. A has to be removed. For that, let us use v equal to u plus a t. Final velocity here at this point is 0. Therefore, 0 equal to u minus a t. Because for complete journey we are taking, that is t equal to t. Therefore, a equal to u divided by t. U divided by t. That we got. Acceleration equal to u, because whatever the assumption, a is not given here. A should not appear in the answer. That's why we have to enter like this. U by t we are going to enter. So if you, what and all there, ut is there, plus half at square is there. That is, a is g minus a equal to what we have to enter. Here a equal to u by t, because t is assumption. It should not appear in the answer. U by t, a equal to u by t multiplied by t, t. These two getting cancelled. Therefore, ut is there. These two getting cancelled. We'll cancel in the next step. Otherwise, you'll get confusion. So, one more step, let us write equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square minus ut. These two getting cancelled. Therefore, 1 by 2 at square. A equal to g because of gravity. Therefore, the answer is 1 by 2 gt square. 1 by 2 gt square. 1 by 2 gt square. B is the answer. The car at rest accelerates uniformly to a speed of 144 km per hour from rest. So u equal to 0. Uniformly to a speed of 144. Then acceleration is constant. Constant acceleration. Uniformly to a speed of 144. So v equal to 144 km per hour. In 20 seconds. 20 seconds. It covers a distance of. So t also given. T also given. So what we have to do? We have to find the S. That's all. Here it is in second. Here it is in hour. That's the problem. This is in meter. I think this is also in centimeter. I think so. Centimeter. That's a bigger number. So very much careful about units. So it is in seconds. That's why we have to convert this into meter per second. So how to convert? Already we did that. So what is given? V equal to 144 multiplied by 1000 divided by 3600 seconds for 1 hour. That's why what you are going to get is 144 is 16 times. This is 4 times 9. That is 16 times. So 160 divided by 4. 160. That is equal to 40 meter per second. So velocity we got. Now we can use the formula. S we have to find distance covered. S equal to ut plus half at square, that formula. And this is rest to speed. So positive. So this is equal to 0 because u equal to 0. Therefore, S equal to 1 by 2. So acceleration equal to what? Change in speed. Change in velocity divided by time. So it is given that the speed is changed from 0 to 144. That is 40. Changed from 144 km per hour is 40 meter per second. Therefore, 40. Initially, it is 0 divided by time. In how long takes to reach this speed? 20 seconds. Therefore, 40 divided by 20 equal to 2. So if we substitute half, acceleration is 2 and t is in 20 seconds. Therefore, 20 square, 2 getting cancelled. Therefore, the answer is 20 square means 400. Therefore, the answer is D, that is 400 meter. We got. So acceleration is not given. Instead, change in speed is given. we know that acceleration equal to change in velocity or change in speed divided by time. The time also given. The speed is changed from rest to 144 kilometers per hour in 20 seconds. Therefore, acceleration equal to change in speed, that is 144 minus 0 divided by 20. But 144 is converted in meter per second, means 40 meter per second. Therefore, 40 minus 0 divided by 20. Therefore, acceleration is 2. We substitute in this formula. U initial velocity is 0. Therefore, 1 by 2, A is 2, 20. Therefore, 400 is the answer. A body dropped from height h. A body is dropped from a height h with the initial velocity 0 and strikes the ground with a velocity 3 meter per second. V equal to 3 meter per second. Another body of same mass dropped from the same height h with the initial velocity of 4 meter per second. So this is U1, V1. H is same. H1 equal to H2 equal to H. And U2 equal to 4 meter per second. The final velocity of the second mass with which it strikes the ground, we have to find. So first mass we will use to find the H. Here, acceleration is not given. That's why we have to take A equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Acceleration is not given. So what we have to do, V square equal to, we have to find the height first. V square equal to U square plus 2AH. Falling, that's why A is positive, that's why plus. Initial velocity is 0, that's why 0 square. Final velocity is 3 meter per second plus 2, A equal to 9.8. V square plus V square equal to U square plus 2AS H. Therefore, H equal to 3 square 9 divided by 2 multiplied by 9.8. That is H. 9 divided by 2, 9.8. Now we have to use this H to find the velocity. So second part, this is 1, H is same. That's why we got H. This will be substituted in the second formula. V2 square equal to U2 square plus 2AH. V2 square is, we have to find. U is 4 square plus 2. A is 9.8 and H is 9 divided by 2 into 9.8. 9.8 getting cancelled, 2 getting cancelled, 9. 4 square is 16. 16 plus 9 equal to 25. Therefore, V2 equal to 5 meter per second. Second square. Second. That is the answer. So, answer A. One has initial velocity of 0, another has the initial velocity of 4 meter per second. What is the final velocity of second case we have to find? A body starts from rest, therefore U equal to 0. What is the ratio of distance traveled by the body during 4th and 3rd second? First 4th, that is the key. Then 3rd second. So from rest, that's why S equal to what? S equal to ut plus S equal to ut plus half A t square. S1 means first 1 second, what is the distance traveled? U equal to 0. That's why the first part is 0. 1 by 2A t square is 1. T equal to 1. What is the distance covered in first second? So 1 square, that can be taken as K multiplied by 1K. In 2 seconds, what is traveled? 1 by 2A, 4, that's why 4K. 3rd second, what you will get? 3rd second distance traveled is A multiplied by 9K you will get. 4th second, what you will get? S4 equal to 1 by 2A, 16. Therefore, 16K you will get. First 1 second it traveled K distance. Second, what is the travel? 4 minus k, 3k. During second, the distance traveled is 3k. Third second, what is the travel? 9 minus 4 equal to 5k distance travel. Fourth, 16 minus 9. Fourth second, what is the travel? 16 minus 9, that is equal to 7k. Fourth is first asked. Therefore, fourth divided by third, that is equal to 7k divided by 5k, that is equal to 7 by 5. A is the answer. Water drop falls at regular intervals from a tap 5 meters above. Water drop falls from 5 meter height, h equal to 5 meter above the ground. The third drop is leaving the tap at the instant the first drop touches the ground. The first drop touches the ground. That time third drop leaving the tap. First is touching. First is touching. How far the above ground is second tap at that instant that we have to find. So here u equal to h equal to given 5 meter, that is given. S equal to 5 meter, that is given. Because tap is 5 meter above ground. G is not given. G is given. G equal to 10. So S is given. It is the water is falls freely. That's why initial velocity is 0. U equal to 0. U equal to 0. So how long it will take, that we'll see now. Because we know that S equal to ut plus half a t square. A equal to 10, it is given. It is falling, that's why positive. U equal to 0, therefore S equal to 5, that is given. 0 plus 1 by 2. A is 10. T square is there. So how long it will take to reach the ground? So that we will see. So here also 5. T square equal to 1 or t equal to plus or minus 1. Therefore, t equal to 1. 1 second. It takes 1 second to reach 5 meter. That's all. So, what is the question? How far above the ground is the second drop at that instant? So, time taken to reach ground is 1 second. So, total time is 1 second. First drop reached ground. Second drop, third drop is ready to fall, just falling. How far above the ground is the second drop? So, it traveled 0.5 seconds because total time is 1 second. In 1 second, third drop come means second drop when it would have came, it came at 0.5 seconds. First drop reaches the ground in 1 second. Now third drop is ready. Third drop is ready. It means in the middle, second drop came. Totally 1 second means it came in 0.5 second. At 0.5 second, what is the velocity of this we have to find? What is the distance it traveled? Because its velocity go on increasing. Initially it is 0. It is go on increasing. That's why the first 0.5 seconds, it reaches how much? How far above the ground is in the second drop? How far above the ground? That is equal to, we have to find. So, we will find u equal to 0, u equal to 0, S2 equal to, S2 equal to second drop, S2 equal to ut plus half a t square. This is 0.5. These are all. Yes. So if you substitute S2, you will get initial velocity is 0. That's why this is 0. 0 plus half 10.5 square. That is equal to 5 multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by 0.5. 0.25 multiplied by 5 equal to 1.25 meter. We traveled 1.25 meter. But what is the question? How far above the ground is in the second drop? From the ground, how far? Totally 5 meter. Therefore, 5 minus 1.25. It traveled 1.25 meter only. From so 5 minus 1.25 equal to 3.75 meter. 3.75 meter. Therefore, A is the answer. A car accelerates from rest at a constant rate alpha. Car accelerates from rest. This is time. Accelerates means velocity changes. Constant rate alpha for some time, after which it decelerates at a constant rate beta. Here alpha, here beta. This is velocity. Acceleration equal to alpha minus acceleration to minus beta. Acceleration equal to minus beta. A car accelerates from rest at a constant rate alpha for some time, after which it decelerates at a constant rate beta, comes to rest. Here v equal to 0. If the total time velocity is t seconds, then the maximum velocity acquired by car will be, here what is the velocity is asked. So initially it is at rest, therefore v equal to u plus at, u equal to 0, alpha, a is alpha, v equal to alpha t. For this duration t1, for this duration t2. Therefore, t1 equal to v by alpha. V equal to 0 plus alpha t1. Therefore, t1 equal to v divided by alpha. Let it be 1. Initial velocity is u2. Therefore, we know that v2 equal to u2. This part is u2, this is v2. This is u1, v1. This is v1. v1 equal to u2. Okay. v2 equal to u2 plus minus beta times t2. Here, final velocity is 0. Therefore, u2 equal to beta t2. Therefore, t2 equal to u2 divided by beta. This is second equation. u2 and v are equal. Why? Here, v1 equal to u2. Here, v1. v1, we know that v1 equal to u2. Here, final velocity is v1. Initial velocity is u2. Equal to v, let us assume. Therefore, first equation becomes t1 equal to v divided by alpha. t2 also equal to v divided by beta. So, we got two equations. Now, total time equal to what? Total time t equal to t1 plus t2. That is equal to, if you add these two, what you will get? V divided by alpha plus v divided by beta. If we take LCM, what you will get? T equal to, here I am writing, t equal to V divided by alpha plus V divided by beta. If we take LCM, alpha beta equal to V, you can take outside, beta plus alpha you will get in the numerator. That is the total time. Total time already it is given as T. That can be in the answer. Therefore, V equal to, if you keep V this side, and bring everything into the left, right hand side, alpha beta T divided by alpha plus beta. That is the velocity. Alpha beta T divided by alpha plus beta. D is the answer. What will be the ratio of distance moved by freely falling body from rest in 4th and 5th second of journey? Already we solved this type of sums. So freely falling body means 1 second means 1K, second and 4K, third second 9K, fourth second 16K, fifth second is 25K. It is asked 4th and 5th. So 25 minus 16 is 9K. 16 minus 9 equal to 7K. Therefore, 4th and 7th is asked. 7 is to 9. This is the answer. Already this type of sum already we solved. That's why I directly wrote. This you can remember. This you can remember. This table you can remember. If 1 second it travels K meter means in 2 seconds it will travel 4K meter. In third second, up to third second it will travel 9K. So in 4th second it travels 7K. In 5th second it travels 9K. Therefore 7 is to 9 is the answer. The body dropped from top of tower, fall through 40 meter during the last 2 seconds of its fall. The body dropped from top of the tower. Dropped means tower height is H, U equal to 0. 40 meter, height is 40 meter. During the last 2 seconds its fall. Oh, last 2 seconds, total height is H. Last 2 seconds, last 2 seconds it traveled 40 meters. The body dropped from top of the tower, fall through 40 meter during the last 2 seconds of its fall. So last 2 seconds it traveled 40 meters. The height of the tower is, we have to find the height of the tower. So S1 equal to totally how long it will take? S1, that is H. S1 equal to total time taken is T, let us assume. Total time equal to T. Let us assume of UT plus half AT square. UT plus half AT square. A equal to 10. Freely falling, that's why positive. So U initial velocity is 0. That's why UT is 0. Half multiplied by 10 T square S1. Let it be 1. S2 is this part. This part is S2. S2 equal to half 10. Initial velocity is 0. T minus 2 whole square. That is second. That is 1 by 2, 10 T square plus 4 minus 4T. That is equal to, this is equal to what? This is equal to 5. 5T square. This is equal to 5T square. This is equal to 5T square plus 20 minus 20T. This is 2. So, how to find this part in 2 seconds? It is given as 40 meter. The difference is 40 meter already given. S1 minus S2 equal to S1 minus S2 equal to 40 meter. It is given. Therefore, 40 equal to 5T square minus 5T square minus 20 plus 20T. These two getting cancelled. 60 equal to 20 t, therefore t equal to 3 seconds. What is the question? Height of the tower is asked. Height of the tower is asked. Total time taken to reach, this takes 1 second. Totally 3 seconds. T equal to 3 seconds. So now we can find the distance. Now we can find the distance. S equal to 1 by 2 A T square. That is equal to 1 by 2 A equal to 10. T square is 3 square 9. Therefore, 45 meter. 45 meter. Total height is 45 meter. First 1 second it traveled only 5 meter. Total height is 45 meter. The answer is the S. B is the answer. A car is moving along a straight road with a uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means A is constant. Then only we can apply all these three formula. It passes through 2 points P and Q. P and Q, separated by a distance with a velocity 30 kilometers per hour and 40 kilometers per hour. Respectively. The velocity of car in the midway between PQ is what? Here, what is the velocity? It is asked. So we have to find the acceleration. We have to find the acceleration. Acceleration is equal to V square equal to 2AS. From that we can find the acceleration. V square equal to U square plus 2AS. V square equal to 40 square equal to U square is 30 square plus 2A. S equal to S is not given. Therefore, we can say A equal to 40 square minus 30 square. If we keep this minus 30 square divided by 2S, that is acceleration. Acceleration we got. So, what is asked? The velocity of car in the midway. Here, what is the velocity is asked. So, the distance is S by 2. For S by 2, we have to find the velocity. So, we will find this, we will assume V3. This is U, V1. Let us assume this as V2. So, V2 we have to find. So, distance is S by 2. So, V2 square equal to 30 square U square minus plus 2A S by 2. That is equal to 30 square plus 2. A equal to what? 40 square minus 4. 40 square minus 30 square equal to 350 divided by 2 equal to 350. So it can be written as 350 divided by S. So we can write here, it is simplified. 350 divided by S and S by 2. So S getting cancelled, 2 getting cancelled, 350, 900 plus 350. That is V2 square. In the midway, the speed is V2 square is 1250. Here 1250 can be written as 25 root 2. Therefore, C is the answer. That is equal to 25 root 2. So, the velocity of train increases uniformly from 20 km per hour to 60 km per hour in 4 hours. The velocity of train increases uniformly. Therefore, acceleration is constant. A equal to, what is the final velocity? 60. Initial velocity is 20 divided by how long it takes? 4 hours it takes. Therefore, 40 divided by 4 equal to 10 kilometer per hour square. This is acceleration. What is the distance traveled is asked. Distance traveled is S equal to ut plus half a t square. S equal to ut. Initial velocity is 20 km per hour. 20. Time taken 4 hours plus 1 by 2. A equal to 10. T square equal to 4 square. That's all. That is equal to 80 plus 5 times 80. That is equal to 160. 160 is in the answer. So A is the answer. Preeti reached the metro station and found that the escalator was not working. She walked up the stationary escalator in time t1. Let us assume that distance covered equal to S. She walked up the stationary escalator in time t1. Time by walk tw equal to t1. On the other days, if she remains stationary on the moving escalator, the escalator takes her to up in time t2. The escalator will take her in time t2. The time taken by her to walk up on the moving escalator. So escalator is moving. Escalator is moving. Escalator is moving. In that, if she walks with a velocity with a velocity vw, escalator is moving at the velocity of ve. So velocity is increased because she is walking on the escalator. What is the velocity? This implies velocity of walking equal to distance is s, time is t1. That's why s by t1 is the velocity. Similarly, if she is not walking, escalator alone is moving means velocity of escalator equal to s divided by t2. Therefore, if escalator is moving, she also walking means velocity will be doubled. The velocity nu equal to vw plus ve. That is equal to s by t1 plus s by t2. If we take LCM, what you will get is t1 t2 equal to t1 t2 equal to st2 plus st1. That is equal to s multiplied by t1 plus t2 divided by t1 t2. That is the velocity, new velocity. Escalator is moving. She is walking on the moving escalator. So new velocity. Now what is the time? The time taken by her to walk up on the moving escalator will be, she walks on the moving escalator means what is the time? So time nu equal to distance divided by new velocity. That is combined velocity. That is equal to s divided by s into t1 plus t2 divided by t1 t2. S getting cancelled. The denominator of denominator becomes numerator. That's why t1 t2 divided by t1 plus t2. Therefore, the time taken by her to walk up on the moving escalator is t nu equal to t1 t2 divided by t1 plus t2. B is the answer. A bus is moving with a speed of 10 meters per second. Bus is moving at the rate of 10 meters per second. A scooterist wishes to overtake. Scooter is here. That is 1 kilometer away. 1 kilometer away from the bus. A scooterist wishes to overtake the bus in 100 seconds. He wants to overtake in 100 seconds. If the bus is at a distance of 1 kilometer from the scooterist, with what speed should the scooterist chase the bus? What is the speed of scooterist? What should be the speed of scooterist to overtake the bus in 100 seconds? So bus is moving this way, scooter also moving this way. Both are in the same direction means relative speed will be reduced. Let us assume that if bus and scooter are in the same speed, scooter also in 10 meter per second, let us assume. What will happen? This 1 kilometer will be maintained forever because both are at the same speed. So it should be above 100 meter per second, scooter speed. Then only it can overtake. What should be the speed, additional speed to reduce this distance in 100 seconds to 0? So the distance d equal to 1000. Additional speed required is in time equal to what? In 100 seconds. Therefore, additional speed additional equal to 1000 divided by 100 equal to 10 meter per second. This is additionally required. Then only we can reduce the speed. If both are at same speed, this difference between the two will be maintained forever. So additional speed is required in the scooter above this bus speed. Bus speed is 10 meter per second. So the additional speed required is 1000 meters, that is 1 kilometer, therefore 1000 meters. Time he wants to overtake the bus in 100 seconds, therefore 1000 divided by 100, therefore 10 meter per second is the additional speed required to overtake the bus. Let us assume that initially both are at same speed. Now additional speed is required. So 10 meter per second, therefore speed of scooter equal to overtake the bus in 100 seconds equal to 10 plus 10 equal to 20 meter per second. Then it will overtake in 100 seconds. This can also be solved in other way. Speed required for the scooter to overtake the bus in 100 seconds is V. Bus speed equal to V bus equal to 10 meter per second. V scooter equal to question. So both are in the same direction. Therefore, relative speed is the difference. Scooter speed should be higher. Then only it can overtake. Therefore, Vs is higher. Vb is lesser. Therefore, relative speed equal to Vs minus Vb. Therefore, time equal to 100 seconds equal to 1000 meters to be covered by the Vs minus Vb. That is equal to 1000 divided by V scooter minus Vb is 10. Therefore, Vs minus 10 equal to 1000 divided by 100. That is equal to 10. Therefore, Vs equal to 10 plus 10 equal to 20. 20 meter per second. If you are able to understand this, you can follow this relative speed. But sometimes it may get confusion. But I think the first method is you can understand. A train of 100 meters is going towards north. North means always top. Train is, its length is 150 meters. Going towards north direction at a speed of 10 meters per second. A parrot flies at a speed of 5 meters per second towards south direction. Parrot is flying here. It has to cover 150 meters towards south direction at a speed of 5 meters per second. Parallel to the railway track. Both are parallel. The time taken by the parrot to cross the train is, what is the relative speed? Opposite. That's why we have to add it together. Same direction means subtract relative speed. Opposite direction means we have to add together. Therefore, this is 10 meter per second. This is 15 meter per second. So, relative speed equal to 10 plus 5 equal to 15 meter per second. So, with respect to train, the speed of parrot is 15 meter per second because it is traveling in the opposite direction. Therefore, time taken to cross the train length is 150 meter divided by 15 meter per second. Therefore, 10 seconds, it will cross the train in 10 seconds. D is the answer.